competition time again, and here is a chance to win a brand new PS5. All you got to do is subscribe to On Track GP on YouTube.
Also follow us on Instagram at OnTrackGP. Make sure you like the competition post, it's pinned on Instagram as well.
You can win yourself this right now. What are you waiting for?
Can I enter? Or can I have a go?
No.
Yes, good afternoon and welcome back to the Saturday Football Show right here on DR Sports. What a Champions League lineup we have for you tonight. I might end up the afternoon being a Europa League panellist, potentially. But look at who we've got today. Look at the names. It's like a Mount Rushmore of DR Sports Saturday Football Show. We've got my brother Matty Renton back in the building. Make some noise.
Good to see you, boys. Good to see you, boys.
We've also, to his left, got Matisse on a 3 o'clock on a Saturday. He's not streaming. He's with us.
Rare time.
You haven't got another stream going on whilst you're on this.
Hey, listen. I'm not going to say anything.
Maybe. Depends what news breaks. And then to my right, as always, man like Fuad in the building. Summer settings, but it's not very sunny at Tottenham. Well, it is on the pitch, but metaphorically speaking, if you want to see Fuad in the mud today, make sure you jump on the comments now. Another 3-1 defeat at home, but what a goal from Harry Kane. We'll dissect it all. Less is more sometimes when you just don't say much, just flex your...
Exactly that,
yeah. I was thinking so. Right, let's get into the rules of the show. Remember to like the stream. Remember to comment as well with your thoughts on the games, especially this one that's just happened. Subscribe to DR Sports if you haven't already. We've just touched 290,000 on YouTube. Go and follow all the lads here as well, doing great stuff. Today we've got some amazing 3 o'clock kickoffs for you. Bournemouth at home to Manchester United, Fulham at home to Crystal Palace, Wolves at home to Everton, and Liverpool play Aston Villa tonight in what is Bobby Firmino's last ever game for Liverpool, as well as James Milner. And Jurgen Klopp has asked for fans to also show love to Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain as well today. So it's going to be a lot of love there. I wish I was there, if I'm honest, boys. You guys are great, but would have liked to have seen that. Let's get into the Spurs versus Brentford game then, shall we, before we jump into the lineups for all those 3 o'clock games. Don't forget, On Track GP are running a competition, as you've just seen there, Matty. If you get involved on the Instagram,
I'm in.
Could win a PS5.
Yeah, get involved. I'm in. I could do with that. Do you know what I mean? Mine's breaking away, PS4 settings. So, freshen it up.
I could do it on for the summer.
A little bit of EA Sports FC next season.
I was going to say that, yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Game,
get involved.
soon come. If you want to jump on to that competition, make sure you head over to the On Track GP Instagram. Also, subscribe to the F1 channel. A lot of good work from our man here, Matisse, as well. So make sure you go and support him over there. Right, it's finished at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Matty. What was the final score?
It was 3-1 Brentford. Coming back from being behind the bees to unsettle the Spurs. And I was there at St James's Park a few weeks ago when they evacuated the stadium. And they've done that at their home ground today as well. Loads of them are just flocked out.
Leaving Anfield after.
Yeah, so they've evacuated. They've 3-1 beaten, but I think Fuad's probably the best person to speak to about this. Spurs fan. I see a lot of them not really that bothered for that Spurs have got beat.
You can't really blame them, to be fair. I think the state of the season, the state of our transfer windows, the state of our squad, state of our managerial situation, it's just kind of car crashed to an end this season, let's be honest. So I think any fan kind of walking out of games where we're getting pummeled 2-0, 3-0 and 6-0, I don't blame them. And this kind of, you're thinking final home game of the season, at least end it on a high, or end it strong. But to go 1-0 up, Kane, lovely little set piece move as well.
I've been watching Salah and Trent,
which could be his final goal at the Tottenham Stadium as well, because this summer who knows what can happen. But then second half to just come out and then get absolutely schooled in that same manner, and it's kind of a running joke of the season, if you like, of how we always seem to either react far too late in games when the game's long gone, or we tend to either just not show the character to be able to hold out leads. And today was just more of the same. And Wembo just having a lovely
What a
day,
game.
basically.
Stepping
A lovely
up.
sunny Saturday, basically,
Yeah.
at Tottenham. Woke up this morning and said, you know what? I'm going to go and enjoy my day today. And we literally said...
He stepped up in Brentford because everyone was saying, oh, no Ivan Toney today. Obviously, we'll get into that later, I'm
that's,
sure.
And that's the thing as well. You think without that as well, we played with a back four today as well, which I think the last time we tried that was against Newcastle.
Yeah.
So you saw how that went. But then first half, I thought we actually played well. Deserved probably 1, maybe 2 going in. But then second half, it's just no excuse for it, is there?
We can be critical of Tottenham because they've lost the game at home, but I think looking at Brentford, 11 shots, 4 on target. The goals, the quality of the goals as well, Matisse, incredible. Brian Mbeumo scoring his first Premier League brace. Had to be Tottenham away, didn't it, with their luck. And then obviously it comes after the news of Ivan Toney. You've got Sade, I think his name is as well, who's stepping up a little bit. You've got Mbeumo knocking in the goals. How good are Brentford though? Without really criticising, Tottenham too much.
Yes, it's really good from them. I mean, teams like Brentford, teams like Fulham, they should be on the beach. They should be on the beach. They have 9th and 10th consolidated. The season's coming towards a close. They're not fighting for European places. There's nothing really on the game for them. There's more for Tottenham on this game in terms of European qualification, whether it's Europa League or Conference League or nothing. Brentford have nothing to play for but just enjoy themselves. And usually when we talk about teams on the beach, we say, okay, these are the best teams to play at the end of the season. You don't want to play relegation scrappers. You don't want to play title contenders, European contenders. But Brentford and Fulham in the last couple of weeks as well. I saw the game at Craven Cottage, the game they gave City. It was a tough game at home for them. Slight defeat with the Alvarez goal. These teams they're still really competitive. So it's good for the integrity of the league because Brentford are there because they deserve to play, in that position, in the 9th position. And I'm impressed, man. Really impressed. And I think in Mbeumo, that's huge for his confidence because Tony's out obviously for a really long time. He doesn't come back till next January. They're going to have to sign someone, I'm assuming, in the summer. And he needs to step up. But he's been really good this season, even at the Etihad with that 2-striker system that they go with. He was ridiculous in his hold-up play. He was bullying that City defence earlier on in the win. So he's had a very underrated season, I think, because obviously all the attention has gone to Toney with 20 goals. Yeah. But Mbeumo's, you can't do it on your own. Your strike partner's there helping you out.
Harry Kane, after 8 minutes, slams in that 28-yarder free kick. Incredible strike. Is that his final game, Matty, do you think?
I think so. I think he'd be ridiculous to not leave Spurs this summer. I really would.
Just
I think
the final straw that broke the camel's back.
Be full of regrets. I think surely you'd look back and you would be full of regrets if you're Harry Kane because I know he'll inevitably go on to break that record if he plays for Spurs, if he plays for whoever, but it's not enough. It's not enough because by the time he's on his deathbed, his record will be broken.
It's a bit dark, isn't it?
His record will be broken though. How's he going to click onto this? I'll stay at Spurs so I can be the Premier League all-time goal scorer. That's not going to last forever. Holland will probably do it in 5 years if he stays. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's not going to last long. So he's going to have to think and look back and think, I want some trophies, I want some medals, I want some grandkids stories. Do you know what I mean? Because he's not going to get that with Spurs. He's going to have to move on, whether that be Man United or Newcastle or Bayern Munich, wherever. He's going to have to move.
If that is the final game, Fuad, I mean, I know it was a great free kick, he had his moment, but if that is the final game, how will he look back on his time at Spurs now?
As the all-time scorer. That's how we'll look back on it. He did what he was supposed to do. Probably be the greatest academy graduate we ever produced. Probably won't ever produce another one like that for the next 100 years if you look at it. I mean, that's the all-time, potentially going to be the all-time Premier League goal scorer. I think this year he became Spurs' all-time scorer, England's all-time scorer. So he set himself like a goal scorer's legacy. No matter where he's gone, he's done it. Champions League, I think his record is 20 and 25. World Cup, he's got a golden boot. Premier League, he's got 3 golden boots. And this season, if it weren't for Haaland's kind of freak antics, he'd have been top scorer, I think, in about, the last 20 out of the last maybe however many seasons. But it's just the standard he's set for what a number 9 is. It's going to be a hard kind of act to follow. And I think we've seen that at many other clubs when kind of a player that caliber leaves. You don't just go like for like. You've got to go, either a raft of players are going to replace him, but it's going to be a process. But if that is, for me, I don't think Kane could have done any more than what he's given us. And we can't ask any more loyalty than what he's already given us, to be fair. So if he was to say this summer, I want to leave, I think even when he put in the request 2 summers ago to the City move came along, a lot of Spurs fans were like, you know what, we've kind of messed up
as far as it
we've literally taken the project as far as we can. we haven't surrounded him in the best situations. Every manager's kind of been sold this false dream of being able to be this ambitious team, but it's never really kind of clicked for him. So he deserves the trophies. So I'd love to go and see him.
And Brentford only 1 point behind Spurs now. So if they win their next
final
game
of the
they go
season
above
is
them.
against Man City, though.
Yeah.
So it'd be tough.
But they had to win today, really, to keep that hope alive,
I think
they've done it so well.
Obviously, mathematically, they can still make Europe. I think they're a point behind Aston Villa. Got 2 games left. They've only got 1. Tottenham play Leeds. It'll be tough to get Europe, but at least they're giving themselves a chance.
In Villa, if Villa win today, then they will go above Spurs, and
They won't win today.
you won't get Champions League. That's the thing. So
I think,
hope the villains.
Aston Villa. Do you think Aston Villa could do something at Anfield? Like,
Nah,
are you
honestly,
worried
I don't.
about that?
Nah, I don't.
You don't think so?
I don't.
Aston
You know
Villa
what?
have been
They're
really good
the
this
third
season.
most successful Premier League team away at Anfield after, I think, Chelsea and United.
I just think
they're a good
Six
team.
wins.
the form you're on.
Yeah, no, we should win. I'm saying we should
we've
win.
seen-
We're going to
we've
go
seen
through the
Liverpool-
lineup.
yeah,
We're
we've
going to
seen
go through
Liverpool
them
have
now.
a few.
We're 19 minutes away from kickoff. Remember to keep the comments coming in. We'll go through the super chats after this lineup. Bournemouth at home to Manchester United. Can they almost secure top 4 today? 66 points they're currently on. Newcastle on 69. Wee. Neto in goal for the Cherries. Zabani, Senesi and Kelly at the back. Adam Smith, Cook, Lerma, Anthony. Not that one. At left wing back for Bournemouth with Christie, Brooks and Solanke up top.
I just see it looking at that Bournemouth team. It's horrific. When you read out them players, and you just think how well Gary
14th
O'Neill's done.
though.
How well Gary O'Neill's done.
Unbelievable.
Doesn't get spoken about enough for me because everyone had Bournemouth as an absolute cert to go down. And you name those players, not one of them gets into any other Premier League side.
Yep, true. Who've United gone for away at the Vitality today then?
De Gea in net as always. Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lindelof and Shaw is the defence. Casemiro and Eriksen. And then front 3 of Anthony, Bruno Fernandes and Sancho with a start behind Anthony Martial.
Yep, some big names on the bench there as well. Recently penned Garnacho. You've got Weghorst, Malacia, Maguire. We'll talk about Manchester United as the day goes on, but a 4-2-3-1 formation for them, needing the 3 points today. Tough place to go though, Bournemouth, as Liverpool found out this season, and many more. Fulham, Crystal Palace, Leno in goal, Tete, Tosin, Diop and Robinson at the back for Fulham. In the midfield, Reed, Palhinha, Wilson, Kearney, Willian and Mitrovic, the beast back up top, even though Carlos Vinicius has deputised quite well.
Yeah, bagged a few goals.
I mean, he was always going to get benched because they're too like for like, but that's the Fulham team. Crystal Palace.
Roy Hodgson goes with Johnston, Ward, Anderson, Gay and Mitchell. Decore in Reed. Decore and Hughes is the midfield 2 with Elise, Eze, Ayew behind Edward.
Yep. Get a score predictions in. We'll jump back one and go Bournemouth United if we've got a score prediction to mind. We'll come back to this.
2-1 United.
2-1 United.
No, away
2-2
actually.
I'm
It's
going.
away. I'll go. Yeah, 2-2.
2-2?
2-2. Yeah.
We're there with each other.
I don't know if United
I'll
can
go
even
1-1.
score 2 though.
Draws all round so far.
Yeah.
Garnacho's back though. And
Bench.
Benched,
Bench.
star boy.
you know what? He's good off the bench. That's probably a good thing. I think he's better off the bench than starts. I'll give Man United a 2-1 win.
2-1. Slim. Fulham Palace. Almost a South London derby, that one.
Almost a waste of time, really, if I'm being honest.
Both on the beach, really. Both very set.
2 games to go, nothing's going to happen.
10th versus 12th.
What we're doing here.
I'll go 1-1.
1-0.
1-0.
I
Yeah.
will go 2-1 Palace.
I'll go 2-2.
I'll go 3-2 Palace.
3-2 Palace.
Yeah, I think it's the
Mini classic.
goals in there.
Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Alisson in goal, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson all at the back for the Reds. Curtis Jones continuing to play unbelievably.
Yeah, what a
2
goal on
goals in the last game out at Leicester as well, which I was at. Incredible game that was. One of the best aways I've ever been to, that, mate. Fabinho and Henderson in the midfield. Salah, Gakpo y Luchito Diaz por la izquierda. Luis Diaz up front for Liverpool as well on the bench. Gomez, Milner, his last game for Liverpool.
Legend.
Bobby Firmino, his last game for Liverpool.
Legend.
To commemorate this incredible occasion after 8 years of incredible loyalty, service, 109 goals, 70 odd assists, goal or assist every game for Liverpool, won every trophy there is to win, Matty. Adidas have really looked after Bobby Firmino today, and they've done this.
You got sent to the shops, mate.
I did.
Well done.
By the
You
old
got sent for a hot dog.
we will get you that very soon. But who have Aston Villa gone with today then, Matty? Away at Anfield.
Martinez, Matty Cash, Konza, Tyrone Mings and Lucas Digne is the back four. John McGinn, Kamara, Douglas Luiz and Jacob Ramsey is the midfield four, and a traditional two up top in Bailey and Ollie Watkins.
On the bench, no Felipe Coutinho.
What's happened there then?
I think he's still injured, but I imagine he'll be at the ground though, especially knowing that
Just
it's
for his
Bobby's
mates.
last
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
for his
He'll
pals,
be
isn't it?
there for that.
Yeah.
But sad not to see him there on that occasion. But that is still a team, Matt, that can hurt you. I mean, Bailey, dangerous when he
Yeah.
wants to be.
I know-
Very, very big potential. And then also Watkins as well.
I know Unai Emery's up for manager of the season as well. I know he won't get it, but you know he's done a great job. But you look at that team there on paper, that's a good enough team to be where they are. They should be pushing like top 8. When you look at that team, there's so many good players in there. There's a good balance, I think, in defence and midfield, and they've got a goal threat in Watkins. There's enough there. The league position is where they should be, really. But
Yeah.
Emery's obviously pulled out the bag considering he took over when they were in a relegation scrap.
Now they're 8th.
I'm interested
Could
to see what they
finish
do in
above
the
Tottenham.
summer. Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see what they do in the summer. I think, Europa League, Brighton, but Brighton and them maybe competing for that. Brighton have got quite a lot of games now, but tough teams they play. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do in the summer because you're right, that's a top 10 type of team, and he's improved Mings and Konza's stocks massively as well because they were really getting it under Gerrard quite a bit. Defense was leaking, a few individual errors in there. But yeah, that's what the top 10 is. It's mad competitive. Next season's going to be fun, man. No one
crazy.
can like when they ask us for our pre-season predictions, I look fun to getting that horribly wrong again and ending up on the clips again. And this didn't age well. ... Like I'm looking forward to it because I'm not going to be able to predict the top 10, and I don't think anybody can. Look at the teams and look at the players and the managers that are out there. It's ridiculous.
You got a little word to say about DR Sports Clip?
Yeah, I just think to myself sometimes, the out of context move is just getting a bit foolish. Do you know what I mean? Like, listen, I saw that Arsenal clip that they posted yesterday about the whole going up against City and getting points. I do regret saying that they'll extend their lead against City because even though they played very well in the FA Cup away game with a B team, by the way, City are City. But when people talk about City, they forget what they were looking like pre the whole UEFA allegation hit come. They were really quite dodgy in January. And that's why this narrative of City were kind of untouchable and they could never, be surpassed by the Arsenal team that were literally leading for how long? How many days? Record number of days. 93% of the season. There was a time where we gave Arsenal the favourites tag. We had to give them the favourites tag. It would have been disrespectful not to. They were 7-8 points clear. So now the narrative that City could not be stopped and they were untouchable doesn't really make sense. It's either Arsenal bottled it and they should have won the league and they were ahead and they could have done something at the Etihad because they were a brilliant team and they were the best team in the league, or the narrative is there's no point being 8 points clear and Arsenal didn't bottle it because City were always going to come back and win it. You can't have it both ways. So for me, when I said that, I said, listen, we've seen shocks before. Leicester. We've seen it happen, and Arsenal were brilliant, before the capitulation. I didn't expect Arsenal to draw against Southampton, West Ham, all these results. It's ridiculous. Like, I thought Arsenal would go to the final day of the season. I really did. I was genuinely worried about them. I thought they could actually, do something. I never said they would, thank God. As many times as I was asked, I never said they would win it. But it was starting to get worrying that they could. And I think that's why Arsenal fans were so hyped and gassed. I don't think it was for no reason. So, yeah, for me, I have to call them out on that.
Fair enough. You're not rattled though.
Get off the desk, you know what I mean?
Not rattled though, definitely not. Let's get into the lineups for Wolves versus Everton. Bentley in goal, Semedo, Dawson, Collins and Gomez at the back for Wolves. Traore, Neves, João Gomez, Podence, Sarabia and Wang Chi-han up front for Wolves as well. Who lines up for Everton? And remember,
Big game this,
if
mate.
Everton lose this one right here, it could be the end, potentially.
Well, they'll look towards that Goodison Park game, won't they? Last
For sure.
Bournemouth have got last game.
Day, though, it's leaving
It's definitely going down to the old
leaving it
survival
right
Sunday,
to the
isn't
edge.
it? But 3-5-1-1 for Everton. Pickford in goal. Patterson, Tarkowski, Yerry Mina, Alex Iwobi, Gay, Onana, Garner and McNeil, with Decore further forward behind Calvert-Lewin. Decore obviously did that real well against Brighton. He only scored a couple of goals. So
couple of goals.
Fancies that. Likes of Mope, Keane, Gray on the bench there, and young Sims as well.
Can they get anything from that game? What are your
I think they can.
predictions there?
Yeah, I'd probably say they could get a draw. Be surprised if they won, but then again they went to the Amex and scored 5. So it's a funny old game.
That just made no
unbelievable.
sense. Like
No.
I've been scrutinising Everton's attack all season, and I think rightly so, because their attack stinks. They let go of Gordon, who wasn't a starter at the time, for 60 more. I don't know how they've done that. I don't know what you make of Gordon so far. I'd be interested to get your thoughts on that. get your thoughts on that move. It's one of the most puzzling footballers I've ever seen. I know he's young,
Yeah,
but I
nice
don't
lad.
understand this Gordon hype. But yeah, and then you're still linked with wingers as well, so I really don't understand the Gordon hype.
Shows that he's not.
But this Everton defence, you know, not Everton defence, this Everton team, they can't score goals. You know what I mean? Like they struggle up there. I see Mupai coming on off the bench when they need a goal in the other day, and I just think to myself, you lot, if I look at their fixtures, they go down if they really fight. They got some good fixtures. They haven't got one of the top teams in the last 2. However, you know, when you ain't got goals, you got problems. So.
Absolutely. Did we do a prediction for the Liverpool game as well?
We did
I'm
not. No, we did
3-1
not. No, we
Liverpool.
did not.
3-1 Liverpool.
What do we do with Liverpool?
I'll go 3-2 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool.
3-2 Liverpool.
Nice.
Does Bobby score?
Yes, he does.
Indeed.
Yeah, he does.
Of course he does.
So is the fairy tale ending?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So. I think so.
Bobby deserves it, man.
I hope so. I think like if you get a penalty,
He's not starting, is he?
I think he'll be given it.
Going to come off the bench.
Yeah,
He's
if
not starting, but
If you get a penalty or
speaking of
something,
Bobby Firmino,
testimony on
right? He has been at Liverpool 8 years, as I mentioned. So many incredible moments, some really big highs at Liverpool. Genuinely one of my favourite Liverpool players of all time. The man is magic. He is, as we sing on the Cop, the best in the world in that position, I think. It's a shame that he's not staying longer. However, Adidas are marking the occasion today with a special boot. Custom-made boot just for Bobby Firmino, right? So, I can't lie to you guys, right? I got a message in the week. Shout out to Adidas each and every single time. He said, mate, there's 2 of these boots made. Bobby will be wearing them on Saturday for the last game at Anfield. I have the other pair. Do you want them?
Wow.
And I was like,
Wow.
sorry, what?
Special.
So, as a surprise for you at home and myself, to be honest, but as a surprise for the viewers, this is a worldwide exclusive. The picture is there of Bobby with the boots. Let's see them in person as well.
Damn.
Get them out.
There you go,
Oh.
people. This is the Bobby Firmino Adidas custom boot made for his last game at Liverpool. On the back, there's something that the cop wants you to know. You know the rest. What a song that is, by the way. Singing that for about 40 minutes at Leicester away on Monday night. Let's take the top off.
Oh,
Absolute scorch.
I like the Brazil flag. I like the Brazil
Look
flag straight
at
away.
that. You can see the number 9
proper.
there as well, obviously emblazoned on the back of Bobby's shirt. Bobby Firmino on the boot there. He's actually a size 9.5 here, guys. You've got the heart, you've got Brazil. In the actual sole of the shoe here, by your foot, it says the song lyrics as well. It's something that the cop want you to know, so you can have that as well. And they are just incredible boots. All right, get a feel of them, boys.
They are lovely.
This is what
Absolutely
Bobby will
lovely.
be wearing for the final dance at Anfield today, and that kicks off in 6 minutes, people, on the Saturday Football Show. Thoughts on these, boys? These are staying with me. I know
They're
we've done
almost like
giveaways on the Cop
They're
TV.
almost like a throwback to the Predators, like 10 years ago. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So it's nice.
See, Senor
9
on the
years
back as well.
Yeah.
Si, senor.
Wow.
What a boot, what a man,
Super lightweight
what a
as well.
legend. Really light, yeah. But you know, sometimes on your channel you do giveaways.
Well,
We've
that's
given away
like-
signed shirts when we were champions.
You're asking for like 5k minimum, is that what you're saying?
You're saying
starting bid, yeah?
But
5k?
these are something I will never give away. Let's actually talk about them for a minute just before we get going
That's
into the games,
unbelievable.
guys.
Unbelievable
In
boot.
terms of that position of being a 9.5, dropping in, linking the play, I would argue this, and then I want your opinion on it. From 2018 to 2020, I think he was the best in that position, whatever you want to call it, in the world. And I think his initial impact on Liverpool under Brendan Rodgers was very short. It was only a couple months, but he's played the most games under Jurgen Klopp since Jurgen Klopp's been at Liverpool. He's been here for 8 years. What is your opinion of him? Where does he rank for you? And How good was he in that period?
I've always loved Bobby personally. I've always felt like he was the underappreciated one when Liverpool were always killing it in that front three.
Yeah.
Salah and Mane always got the goals, but if you
He
watch,
didn't mind that though, did
but
he?
and that's the thing. The fact that he didn't mind that. Also, I think the fact that he was naturally a midfielder when you lot signed him, that moved into that forward position.
Yeah.
He always just kind of, you felt like, was selfless. And I always liked that about him. But then it wasn't just that, I'm going to be selfless and work hard. He had the flair to go with it. He had the tricks, the touches, the close control, the blind alley passes. Like, he had so many kind of small little things that made you think, nah, this guy is actually a technical, supreme footballer. And I've always said, similarly, like you say, when it comes to that kind of false nine, second striker position, I think even if you look at Premier League history, he's got to be up there in kind of, maybe not number 9-9s, but those kind of second strikers, if you like. Well, the Zolas, the Bergkamps, and the Gudjonssons, if you like. That maybe Gudjonsson, I would say, is maybe a little bit tier below, and I would say Bobby's somewhere between kind of that Gudjonsson kind of Zola era, I would say.
Highest goal scorer from Brazil in the Premier League as well. I think it's 109 goals in total for Bobby. He's pretty well. He has won everything there is to win at Liverpool. Do you think he goes down, or from an outsider point of view, it'd be interesting for you guys' opinion? We obviously rate him very highly. Like I said, one of the best football players I've seen play for Liverpool. But as a number 9, where does he rank in and around the number 9s for you?
Like Fuad said, I think I don't look at him as a pure 9. I'm looking at someone like a Harry Kane, Sergio Aguero as pure 9s. I'm looking at him as what he is, which is a false 9. And he's playing in a position that has become more and more valued. Obviously, Pep's influence as well. We saw Cesc Fabregas play that role for Barca, So I think it was. I don't know if they played that role for Spain, but definitely for Barca. But he's just so good. He's so good to watch, and he's kind of like the perfect player in that position because, like you said, he's got the eye for a pass. He does chip in with goals. He scores some big goals. I know there was a season where he didn't chip in with many goals. He had quite a poor goal scoring season, but some big ones have come over the years as well. And I think when you look at Salah and Mane, what they've been able to do, obviously on the flanks, yes, it's incredible. But he was the glue. He was the guy. I'm not saying that if you take him out, they don't do great things, but they don't do it to the level because he was the person that could sacrifice himself almost for the team and say, listen, you guys go and get the goals, you get into the box, and I'm going to join up this midfield. You have to remember, this is a midfield that don't really have a lot of creativity. It's more about, covering the ground, covering the fullbacks. So he was the link. That's why I think when you took him out of the team, it was such a big kind of thing because he was the creativity.
I think it was 8 and 14. And then he didn't go to the World Cup, which I thought was a travesty for him.
He's Richarlison for Tete, isn't he? That's his boy. He plays him up there. He wants a proper number 9. That's why I don't give Firmino the number 9 kind of. A 9.
Just for the pure 9. I mean, for me, he's definitely up there with the Torreses, the Suarezes. In terms of his impact, the trophies he's won totally outweigh. Well, Torres never won a trophy at Liverpool. Suarez won a Carling Cup. So the impact that he had at the start of the clock, he's been there the whole time.
That's what I would ask Liverpool fans. Where does he rank for you guys? Because you guys have so many, the Ian Rushes, the Fowlers, the Owens, but does he break into that top 3? Even?
After Ian Rush, I'd have him.
Yeah.
Really? You'd have him
over Fowler?
Oh, no, there.
You just met him the other day. Don't say something. He's got the boot now. He's got the boot and he's forgetting.
Robbie Fowler was number 11 for a bit when he came back. So, and 23 at one point. Listen, I'd have him after Robbie. But again, his trophies can totally outweigh Robbie's. So it's what you judge it.
What do you bring the team as well? Style, bring the team as well.
Pure playing style, I'd pay to watch him.
Yeah.
But you'd pay to watch Suarez. Suarez was outrageous.
Suarez and Gerrard, outrageous. Obviously, but those two are disgracefully technical.
And Torres was ridiculous at Liverpool. He's one of my favourite strikers. He lit up Europe and the league. He was brilliant. So it's different players. This is why I don't compare him to those guys because he's not a 9. I think if you put him in 9 combos, it becomes sticky for him because he's not a 9 and he doesn't get. Just
the pure number on the back of his shirt, you have to say who's.
Yeah, but Gallas wore 10, so we can. Eto wore.
Andy Carroll wears number 2.
You beat me to it there.
There you go. Great mind.
What did Carroll wear?
He wears number 2 for Reading now.
It's his kid chose
Carroll
it, didn't he?
wears 2 for Reading.
Number
Yeah.
2,
Does.
doing up
Did
Stephen
Fulham wear
Collin.
number 5 for
Yeah.
Villarreal
There's
as
some
well.
Eto wore 5 for Everton, I think.
Yeah, he did.
True. Milan Barros, number 5.
I think we could have a whole segment on this, can't we? Dodgy numbers.
Yeah. Get in the comments. Who's got the
Adebayor was
dodgiest
number 2 at Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, yeah.
Yeah, he was. He
That was
Three or
nasty.
something.
That was nasty work. That was.
Michael Ramsey saying he's after Rush and Barnes. Barnes was number 10, but yeah. But yeah, I'd have Ian Rush. I mean,
Dalglish, they're saying
goals.
Dalglish.
Dalglish is number 7.
Mm.
So I'd have Ian Rush, Fowler, and then Bobby. And that's ahead of, I mean, Suarez was number 7.
That's
I'd
fair.
say. So you can't even have him, but he's definitely above Torres. Don't get me started on the rest of the number 9s we've had. But anyway, let's move on. What a player for Liverpool. Really going to miss the big boy. Scored so many important goals. The song, like I said, one of the best songs we've ever had. When that bounce gets going, when you win Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, thanks to this man. And just a last minute on the boot. Do you reckon I can get into them? I'm a size 10.
Give it a shot,
Reckon?
mate.
7 aside.
I think you should.
String them up.
I think you
Or are
should
they
hang
going
them
in a
up.
frame?
Mate, I
think you should
if
frame
they
them.
if they are one of two, ask him to sign them,
Yeah.
and then they become even more.
That's a good shout.
Yeah. I think.
Don't wear them.
Don't wear 'em, no,
Don't
no.
do that shit.
No,
Just
no,
get him
you
to
don't.
sign it.
Don't wear them now at the den.
'Cause I know this guy will be like, oh, watch this grass cutter.
You're going to do a. You're
You're going to do it next
yeah.
week, watch, on his
Yeah,
IG
yeah,
story.
yeah.
I told you, lot.
Yeah.
You'll
Make sure
be
you
off to
stay
do
tuned.
you'll be off to do kick-ups with Doyle after this, and then, man.
Those
That's
are-
what I'm saying. Doyle in the park, mate, doing around the wheels.
On these, mate.
Those are not the boots that you take to
Get
the
Bobby to
friendlies.
sign them and frame
Yeah,
them,
Bobby
I
to
would
sign
say.
them
Frame them in
and
the box.
frame them.
Like,
That's a
something
great
like that,
shout
yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
In some weird
100.
kind of
But yeah,
square
so
box.
wherever
Yeah,
he ends up,
yeah.
we're hearing it might be Barcelona on a free. How are we even?
You better
managed to
hurry up
sell
then,
him
isn't
for
it? Otherwise
free?
you have to take a trip to Spain to get them signed.
Exactly. So I better get my skates on. Is that the train? But yeah, Bobby Firmino, what a player for Liverpool. One of my favourite of all time. Make sure you watch his compilations after, because he's been some player if you haven't been aware of him already. Right.
Kick-offs.
Kickoffs have happened.
No
We
way.
are all across Bournemouth, Manchester United, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Aston Villa, and Wolves versus Everton.
By the way, in the
Massive games.
League Two playoff as well, Salford have scored in
Wow.
extra time there against Stockport.
There's always extra time drama.
There
isn't there, in the playoffs.
There is. Sheffield Wednesday sentence.
Absolutely. What a game that was.
Was that League Two playoff?
Can we talk about that game for a minute? Peterborough 4-0 up in the first leg of the Championship?
No, League One.
League One.
League One.
Playoff final, semi-final. 4-0 down in the first leg, and they lose 5-1 in the game, and then lose 5-3 on penalties. Can I just ask you guys, is that the best playoff comeback you've ever seen? Because it has to
I didn't
be.
get to see
Playoff
it.
wise, gotta
doubt,
be.
it has to be.
Unfortunately.
No, I was at St
highlights.
James's for the Newcastle Brighton
Yeah.
game, but I'd seen it back. Unbelievable, because loads of them had written. You've seen Sheffield Wednesday fans ripping up the tickets and that, didn't after the first leg.
Can you imagine?
Backfired.
Guy filmed himself ripping up the ticket for second.
That's
leg
wild,
and
you
they
know.
won.
Yeah.
That's football heritage.
Banned for life.
Didn't work out for him.
Was there no part of you like that? Maybe questioned it a little bit.
You've done this before. Liverpool, AC Milan, the
4-0
best players in the world, taking
Yo,
penalties,
I mean-
side footing. What's going on?
Is it the exact scoreline you needed to take it to penalties? So of course, give it the drama and the spectacle.
Goal after
and
10 minutes.
How
they
do we
absolutely
raise?
shut themselves.
Listen, you can say shut themselves, but what? A week
Do
ago
you,
they were
do you
winning
question the
4-0.
Ajax game for Tottenham in the semi-final? Do you question that?
Oh, it's a good
What do you
point.
mean? As in the validity?
Yeah, like
of-
what happened? What happened?
I'm sorry, but if you believe that Mora and them, man, come on, man, like.
More a hat trick, really? Boneheads,
The thing
really?
I can always say with the Ajax
Bonehead
team,
hat trick, does that really make
the
sense?
Ajax team were very inexperienced, so it does make sense. They kind of would shit themselves. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, it's a big,
This is
big bottle. that.
I was like,
It's such a
it's one of the
conspiracy
craziest bottling. I'll be honest with you, I had my tinfoil hat on when I read before I checked the highlights. I was like,
As a Spurs
is very
man, you said,
suspicious.
"Wow, this is
4-0, tough. This is a little bit too much.
As a Spurs man, you said, "Fair play." I like that. That's good.
Charlton versus Sunderland in 1998 is the best playoff game. 4-4 at Wembley, says Ant CL. There's another one up there, but I just think for that one,
Watford
it's
Leicester was incredible. People have mentioned as well.
Absolutely. Early pictures from Anfield showing Klopp in the stand serving the first of a 2-game suspended ban, touchline ban. Liverpool in the new kit today as well, Matty.
Look nice. I like this, I like when teams wear the new kits towards the end of the season.
Last game of the season.
I don't see it enough.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
Why not?
I only think it should be done on the last day of the season. I don't know why they're doing it.
Yeah, but there might be a
the last home
kick
game, isn't it?
So this is when you show off the home kit.
To sell
sales.
Otherwise, if you're trying to sell it over the summer.
Another goal
straight
in the
club
League
shop.
2 playoffs, though, Matty.
Stockport have took the lead. Jack Stretton there in the 115th minute. 2-1 lead over Salford.
Do you know what I don't get?
Gary Neville will be fuming.
Gary Neville smashing his wine bottles.
They've got more teams in their leagues, but their playoffs are now.
What do you mean?
Do you see what I'm saying? Their schedule the English Football League schedule baffles me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They've got to play 46 games.
They're still dealing with COVID a little bit around the World Cup.
Now they're in their playoffs, so essentially their regular season is finished and they're in the latter part, whereas we still haven't finished our regular season.
And they've got the St Johnstone's Paint Trophy as well.
They start early as well.
I'm like, yo, the squad depth you must need down there must be crazy.
Yeah, the schedule's nuts. It must be crazy, yeah.
And then we talk about these prima donnas. Hey man,
with the best facilities.
Real men.
Yeah. But these guys, I guess, don't.
These men are in the
international
trenches.
That kind of stuff. So I guess
Champions League.
there's no Champions League, there's no Europe, there's no international call-ups. So that kind of
good point.
Not even Carabao Cups really for stockpiles.
Yeah, and even they're probably going out and qualifying around some of them of the big cups.
We're hearing a bit of a nasty clash of heads between Van Dijk and Watkins in this game.
Here it is.
Both players are down and they are being treated now straight away. The physios come on, so hopefully, apparently Van Dijk is up, looks okay, and Watkins looks like he'll be out as okay as well. So it's good to see them both up on their feet. Celtic 1-0 down at home to St Mirren after 4 minutes.
Well,
season's done, isn't it?
Matty, red done.
Yeah, St Mirren taking a surprise lead there. Plenty of time for Celtic to come back and score probably 6 or something like that. Is the Scottish League, but this is a surprise lead for St Mirren. But like Matisse says, the league's done.
Yeah, league's done.
David Brett Smith super chat says if Bobby and Milner is on and we get a penalty, who is taking it? I reckon they give it to Bobby.
Got it.
Yeah, you got to give it.
Milner's
I reckon
Milner's last game, yeah.
They should do the Robert Pires Henry.
Off a pen.
Like Bobby does it as well, and he actually
and no look.
Yeah,
proper no look though this time.
Yeah, because you wouldn't ask James Milner to do that, would you?
Nah. James Milner, you slot it, Bobby. You do the little flick.
Assist, man. LJ Brown says, Matisse, as a fellow Caribbean descendant, thank you for cooking Robbie. It's part of our culture to never talk about fish until you catch them. # bigger fish to fry.
I like that.
If you haven't already watched Best of Enemies from yesterday.
What an intro.
Get a clip of Shirley. Get a clip of
round of applause for production. Actually.
Yeah, every time. What a season production have had.
What a season.
I mean,
levels.
They did a video highlight of all of the intros that they did for Best of Enemies this season, and you have to just take it out.
Some of them are incredible.
Some of the stuff is just
incredible.
Unbelievable.
Shout out to Jason and the team here at DR Sports. Should be getting some awards, I'm assuming.
Surely.
Content this season.
Well, unless they're rigged.
I think they might be. I think we might be. But yeah, listen, if you haven't watched Best of Enemies from yesterday, make sure you go and watch that because it's an absolute belter. A coffin is involved.
And the singing
celebrate the funeral.
That is a disaster.
Get the clip up, man.
There's
a goal in the Premier League!
Oh, Casemiro. It's a goal.
Oof.
Vitality Stadium. Who's it gone to, Matty?
Great
1-0 Man United. 1-0 Matisse.
Start.
Yeah, big start for Man United playing in that absolutely awful green kit. But they've took the lead. And there's a goal elsewhere around the sounds of the production team in the background.
Oh, no, I think United.
That's not there. But it's 1-0
United view off.
We were ahead of them. We were ahead of them.
Yeah, United view about 10 seconds behind.
We were ahead of them.
Massive.
But yeah,
goal.
that is a huge goal in terms of the top 4 race. And that'll be feeding back to Anfield as well, won't it, AGT?
It will. That score will slowly be filtering through Anfield. There's probably a couple of radios on show today at Anfield as Aston Villa get a corner here at Anfield. Good chance for them. As you said, Manchester United after 9 minutes, Casemiro scored that goal. That's just the start that United wanted, and it's a great finish according to Crunk King. And Man United is not over yet, says Justice Chad. Man U boo, says Martin Parsons. So it's a balance on this show.
Balance.
Balance.
Also keeping an eye on La Liga. Did you see the Real Valladolid game last night?
No.
They who?
They scored. The ball was over the line. And the ref blew the whistle as the ball was going over the line.
Is he
And they
is he
kicked
okay?
off, mate. The referee was getting abuse.
Yeah?
To say the very least.
He's lucky he didn't storm the pitch. Why would he do that?
They did. The players and the staff all stormed the pitch.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. It's
Getting
like you
to
see
see
on
some,
FIFA.
I'm getting to see some of the Liga in the flesh next week, though. Some of the Liga in the flesh for me next week.
Yeah.
Getting Real Madrid versus Rio Vallecano on the Thursday night over there in Madrid.
Next week.
Next week, mate.
Well
Yeah, I'm
done,
over
mate.
there.
Beautiful.
Are you
And,
scouting for next season?
I'm scouting, mate. I'm getting ready, you know what I mean? Getting the Bernabeu
Got a nice
tours
list of
in.
places you can go to in Madrid.
Oh, let me know, mate.
Happy
Aye.
days, son.
And we've got the Sunday Atletico Madrid as well, playing some Real Sociedad.
Yeah.
So I'm going to both of them. Yeah.
Wicked
That's a
that.
sick
Give
game.
it up, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, the new stadium's wicked. It's like so far out of
Wanda.
the city though. The La Wanda, yeah. That old one used to be in Puerta del Toledo, which is like fairly central, and it had a bridge going under it. Whilst the game was on, like you could, if they scored, the whole tunnel would shake and stuff.
My missus has been
Madness.
like, she says the atmosphere is class. So
Yeah,
looking
no,
forward
it is
to
unreal. Looking forward to you letting me know about that one.
I'll be sending you the videos, bro.
10 minutes in, that's the only goal that we've got so far. Luis
Diaz.
Diaz threatening for Liverpool, but no end product yet.
Let's see. Chat, they're saying, have we seen the United goal? No. 3 o'clock kickoffs, no TV broadcast in the
Of
UK.
course, as we know.
Fortunately.
Rashi Miro FC says Callum. Senesi, what an artist. Stupid defender, says Seper.
I'm surprised you missed Raul's shut up moment this week against Manchester City.
Shut up.
Listen,
You were meant to be there for that, no matter what. Especially
I was, but
Man City Spanish fan coming
Yeah.
in.
I can't believe how quiet he was. He wasn't saying a peep, was he?
no, it's incredible to watch that.
Every time those
Listen.
two fight, I expect you to kind of like be the boxing promoter almost in the middle. You know,
Well,
like
the thing is,
the
it's
Eddie
just
Hearn
surprise.
just standing there. Yeah.
Joe Rogan,
Like
Joe
that three is like a trio. That's your Salah, Mane and Firmino trio right
Thank you,
there.
bro.
You speaking Spanish, trying to calm them down. Do you know what I mean?
Tranquilo. Relajamos. Let's have a look at Raul absolutely losing his head and remembering that sometimes heritage doesn't really matter.
Be humble.
¡Oh, what a save! ¡Courtois! ¡Wow!
¡Vamos! ¡Despertar! ¡Wake up! ¡Joder! ¡Vamos! ¡Joder!
What a save!
What a save!
What a save!
¡Ando, joder! ¡Vamos a despertar, hostia!
Well, but here we go again.
¡Vamos, vamos, vamos! ¡Real Madrid, joder!
Raul.
We know!
But you know what's
We need to
funny?
do it!
But you know what's
Joder.
funny? If you're
Too
seeing
much,
that
bro,
and you're
it's too
Pep,
much.
as
You brought me on this journey, bro. Don't tell me now it could be more. What's happening?
What's happening?
What's this?
I wanted to know. I want to.
Yeah?
There you are. We're back.
And we are back. Look at that. Raul absolutely in the mud. We haven't seen that many times on DR Sports.
No,
have we?
no, we haven't at
He
all, no.
walks away the victorious one.
Bit of humble pie. Everybody
it
gets
feel?
it. Everybody gets it.
No
Everybody
champion.
has to- everybody
Without
has to-
paid referee money, shut up, bullshit.
No La Liga, no Champions League this year.
Yeah,
Raul
just a
and
Copa del
Real
Rey.
Madrid.
Just
Yeah.
a Copa del Rey in the end.
Petty little Copa del Rey.
Petty, isn't
You know what I mean? Not good enough for the old Blancos.
No, Raul is special. He needs to do voiceovers too, says Meshash Philip. Raul is annoying, says Vincent. Raul in the mud. Typical Madrid fan, Raul, says Ibukun. Raul went quiet after that. Cooked, says Sepa. And everyone gets it, says Cool Dude. No one is not in the firing line of these scores. You can get humbled at any point, but it is now going to penalties in that League
penalties.
2 playoff.
Semi-final penalty shootout for Stockport and Salford after Stockport won 2-1. But this one's going to go to a penalty shootout to decide who will be going to Wembley.
Tell you what, that's a real local derby as well, Stockport and Salford as well.
Yeah. I was
Very
going through
close.
there yesterday.
Yeah. How was
Stockport.
your trip up to Manchester yesterday?
It was good. First time going to Manny. Marin Manny. Do you know what I mean? No, it's a good city. It's nice. It's saw Saeed, saw Big Steve, saw the boys. Obviously, all the drama is in Manchester right now at the end of the season. FA Cup final coming up, obviously, treble on the line. So yeah, I decided to go up there and just get the temperature. Get the temperature of the room. Went to Old Trafford. I have to say, City's complex is incredible, man. What they're building up there is just insane. So yeah.
It's amazing what you can do with 10 billion, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad what you can do with a bit of space and a little bit of money.
Ricky says, respect to Matisse, he took a pic with my son this week. Cool guy.
Ah, yes, that was great. That was quality. What a
Love
moment that
man.
was, yeah. I was
Love
just coming out of the
to
shops
see
and I
it.
seen them.
Can't even go shops now.
Life's
Can't
different.
even go Tesco anymore.
Life's different, bro.
No, it's very humbling. Yeah, just unbelievable, to be honest. When you really see people in person, it's quite humbling.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, man. We've
Yeah.
all had it, and we're all very grateful. Dr. Strange says, AGT, is there anyone on DR Sports who hasn't taken an L? I think everyone has taken an L. Of course. Have you taken many?
Who has not?
I'd say the one this season was the cup final, I suppose.
But
Yeah.
like on the channel,
On the channel.
like doing a watch along or
Not this season.
being on here when your team's playing. No?
No, not really, no.
Last season, I remember when we played you, actually.
Yeah, that was the first game of the takeover, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember. And I was like,
3-2.
Saudi who? I remember that.
Yes, I remember that.
I remember
that.
And now you know where Saudi is.
You now
All the tables have turned.
You now know. Yeah, especially after that result.
That
at
was
St.
literally
James's.
the week of the takeover, and I remember
You can
Steve Bruce is still in the
Yo,
middle.
Steve Bruce is still.
You can pinpoint that moment as the moment where Newcastle came into the top 6 and
The
potentially
pendulum
Tottenham-
swifted
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, that
was
moment
it.
right there.
That was a
potentially.
sliding doors moment.
Past the baton as we left the studio there, I think.
No one is safe, as we know. It can happen to the best of us.
Oh,
Let's get into one of our main topics today. Tottenham, are they closer to finally getting a new manager? We've seen Ryan Mason put his hat in the ring, but Daniel Levy, in his annual message in the programme today, said this: we shall spend the period ahead of next season working relentlessly to position our club for on-pitch success.
Waffle.
I think you take
Yada,
any success.
yada.
Absolute waffle.
And football you will love to come and watch. Every element of
guy
the club's
is
operations
criminal.
is geared towards that.
You know, I read that statement earlier when I was coming up here on the train. This guy is the biggest waffler I've ever said.
Mad.
Kind regards, Daniel Coys. Like, come on, man. No one ain't buying this. I'm seeing that they're trying to bring in Leng on a permanent. Kulusevski, we don't know what's going on with him, even though he's 10 times the player, obviously different positions. I just laugh, man. If Levy was my owner, I would actually combust.
I think
would
Abby has
actually
been close to combusting a few times.
She might commit
had
violence on this man.
It's listen, it's nothing no Spurs fan isn't used to. This is the thing: we see these PR stunts and these PR campaigns to say, look, we're gonna do our best to get. Last year, I remember it was the Tottenham way, and that was after kind of bullshitting and Conte covered the cracks of
the top
your
four. Yeah,
Nuno mess up and your managerial summer that you had, basically. And it's going to be the same merry-go-round now. Like yesterday, I was hearing Arne Slot. The week before, a final manager just won the Dutch Eredivisie title. New Ten Hag lookalike, basically.
Is he bald?
He's the new.
I think he is bald, isn't he?
Oh, perfect.
He's the next one up, if you like they're saying. So for me, it doesn't. None of these managerial names we're linked with are really exciting me or moving me for the.
Did you want Nagelsmann?
I wanted Nagelsmann, and then if Nagelsmann doesn't happen, Marcelo Gallardo or Ruben Amorim. Those were kind of the three I thought. I can see them something fresh the Premier League hasn't seen. Come in, implement their ideas. Young, can grow. Kind of let's see what they can do. Because we clearly aren't in a position to win now.
Well.
Yeah, and they can develop players on kind of restrictive budgets, if you like. And they've been at clubs where they've consistently lost their best player. And we're about to lose our biggest one, Harry Kane. So for me, that's the type of manager I want to see. When I see Arne Slot, it's a manager who's still kind of plying his trade, won his first title, but it's not kind of the same Ten Hag effect. Yeah, you can say the football's pretty, but Final's a team that he's kind of really put together, and it's taken him a while to put that team together. And now it's like, you've got the fruitions of his labour, if you like. He's not going to get that at Tottenham. So is he kind of ideal? Luis Enrique, it's a come in, win now, similar to what Conte and Jose have been, in my opinion.
Yeah. Been down that
We are
route.
not designed for that as a club. We've shown that over the past 4 years. So those are the two front runners I'm hearing. Outside of that, I don't even know who is linked with. So this message is just pure PR and fluff.
Well, in this message, it says, we shall spend the period ahead of next season working relentlessly to position our club for on-pitch success. I mean, shouldn't you have already been doing that? It's been quite a while now.
We should have had a
Spurs haven't. Well, they've had a full-time manager. Is this maybe as we said, a bit of a spin just to buy him more time? Because surely you'd want someone in now so that they can have a full pre-season instead of doing things last minute.
The issue he has as well is he needs to get a director of football in, and we don't have that. So if you get a manager before you get a director of football, you might have a clash there. So I think the thing he wants to do first, where he's saying he's working relentlessly, is probably get the director of football first in. That way you can kind of get someone who aligns with someone who's going to be dealing with the transfers, if you like. So for me, I think that's what firstly needs to happen, a director of football, then the manager. But it's a lot of work, man. And for me, before the season's done, I feel like the director of football should be appointed. Before the transfer window opens, whether July 1st, I think it is, you should have appointed a manager. You should have a clear kind of instruction idea of what you want to do going into the summer. I mean, what Spurs need isn't rocket science. We need centre-backs. We need a creative midfielder. And we need a Harry Kane replacement eventually for when he leaves. We need a Hugo Lloris replacement because he's leaving this summer immediately. That's 3 to 4 positions. That's a spine of a team, literally. So it's a case of you need to address those positions as well as the manager. But you also, it doesn't take rocket science to enlist 4 good centre-backs, 4 good creative midfielders, 4 good goalkeepers, and target those. Because for me, it's a case of even if a manager comes in, he'll have to work with young, good talent that you've bought. But we don't have a director of football in place, so you really can't make any deals, can you?
Penalty at Aston Villa, by the way, at Anfield. 0-0 as it stands. A penalty has been awarded to the villains, AGT.
Will Firmino get to take this one? I'm so
Come
bad.
on,
What was Firmino's celebration?
I'm
back
so
in the day? Whoever
bad.
takes it.
I'm so bad.
Oh, yes.
James Milner, former Aston Villa
They're
player.
going to be
maybe take it.
looking.
Do you know what I mean? Who's going to take it?
It's not going to go to VAR for years again, is it? Watkins has been brought down by, I think it was Canate.
I gave Liverpool a 3-2 win purely because Liverpool fans keep getting on to me that I hate them so much. So, but I did say this would be a tough game for you. I did say
I said 3-2 as well.
Yeah, like Aston Villa are no mugs. You got to respect them. They're a good team.
Well, I think Spurs' result earlier in the day would have given Aston Villa a boost as well, because they know that if they win today, they go above them and they get Europa League.
Yes,
Whereas
exactly.
you hear Spurs fans and say, we don't want that European football. Villa would absolutely love it. So
I mean, Brighton have got games in hand, but they got Man City, I think, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Is it Southampton this weekend? They got? Sure. And then the final day that I think they play Aston Villa. So that could be a last game shootout for Europa League between the two teams. Yeah, Europa League playoff. Yeah, for the last spot between them two.
I think we're going to see Villa's pen. Yeah, it was a great through ball. Watkins was running in and Canate completely brings it down. Nowhere near the ball. Definite penalty.
Come on, man. Come on, Alisson. Yellow card for Canate as well.
Yeah, on Big Six Kev, I said 4-2 to Villa because Turkish keeps copying all my predictions, so I'm trying to get him off my tail. Basically, I'm in a relegation scrap, so I said 6-6 Tottenham Brentford, and I was like, Turkish, just don't copy me, like, so I can try. And he just keeps copying every single score I make, so I'm screwed. I'm getting relegated.
I think they missed it.
Oh wow!
Which means I'm chili chip, long day.
Is it still getting checked or what?
What's that? Ghost chip?
Yes!
Fluffed his lines apparently.
Yes!
Proper shit.
Yes! Come on! He's missed it.
Ollie the Wally.
Get in. Have some of that.
Ollie Wally Watkins misses the penalty. Oh.
Wow.
Yes, man.
He's in great form this season.
Hold that
and
one.
And he misses the penalty.
Hold that one, no Villa. Vamos! Vamos! Yes.
Pay invitations today as well, by the way, people, is that if Liverpool don't win, well, if Aston Villa win, shall I say, if Aston Villa were to win, Liverpool could not get Champions League and Newcastle would be guaranteed Champions League. So, thanks, Watkins.
Oi. Klopp is cheating there.
What?
He's on headset. You're meant to be banned from the touchline. You can't do that. You
No,
can't
he's
do
got a
that, bruv.
person next
I want
to him.
investigations
He's got a person
into
next
that.
to him.
I'm watching closely. I saw the Bluetooth. He's trying to hide it under the hoodie there. I saw
There's
it.
no way you can get away with that. All of the cameras, the Premier League, and this guy's sneaking in the mic.
Did you see him? He pressed the button and then spoke.
Really?
And said something, and all of a sudden they saved the penalty. Hey.
No, you're such a conspiracist, man. It's not that deep sometimes. Let's have a look, though. Ollie Watkins at the cop end. Big breath before he steps up. Looks at Alisson. Alisson trying to put him off. Let's have a look at this penalty, boys. Oh, it's well wide.
He's missed the target
It's
as well.
well wide. He's missed the target.
Jesus. Can I say as well, there's meant to be this rumour that Arsenal have got a new chocolate Labrador around.
Win. The dog called Win.
Yeah, the dog called Win. Is it true?
It's true.
Actually
A dog
true.
called?
Factual
Their dog is called
information.
Win.
It's a chocolate Labrador.
Yeah.
What is it?
Arteta-
W-Y-N-N.
W-I-N.
Oh.
Around the training
And
ground.
it's coming to the training ground because there's scientific studies which are true. Like if you do
Pet a dog.
it releases stress and anxiety and it makes you less.
What about for all the Muslim
happy.
players who can't touch it?
Well,
don't touch
Kanate,
it.
Salah.
Can't touch
no, this is at
it.
Arsenal.
Muslims don't touch dogs.
Really?
Yeah. We have to wash 7 times basically if we do touch a dog.
Really?
Yeah. In order to be able to pray again. Which is why we refrain from touching dogs or
I never
anything.
knew that.
So that kind of baffles me, considering a lot of your star players are Muslims.
No, this is at Arsenal. This is at Arsenal, not Liverpool.
Arsenal.
Yeah, it's at Arsenal.
Liverpool.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, Salah ain't coming in saying, I'm like, hey, you already got Christmas allegations, you got dog allegations.
He's already got the Christmas tree. Do you know what I mean?
No, he's at Arsenal.
Arsenal chilling, man.
Which Muslim players did have?
That's how you do it, by the way.
Not sure.
The first.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
By the way, Stockport have won on penalties. They go through to the League 2 final at Wembley. Gary Neville in the mud. Salford lose on penalties. Matty Renton. It's full time, and Stockport have not only won the game, but they've also won the penalty shootout as well.
Gary Neville will be devastated then, eh?
Yeah.
And the rest
That's what
of
I
them,
said. He'd be in the mud.
devastated.
Absolutely. Absolutely incredible scenes early on here at Anfield. Missed penalty from Ollie Watkins. Still no other goals though, apart from that early Casemiro strike, Matty, all around the grounds. Everton need a goal, don't they, away at Wolves?
Well, a point wouldn't be the worst result. Heading into the last game at home to Bournemouth, that's the one they'll be looking at to get 3 points. I think obviously there's a huge game at 5:30 this afternoon we're getting to in terms of Forest trying to stay up at home to Arsenal.
Oh my God, what's he doing?
So I think Everton at Wolves, not the worst result as long as they avoid defeat.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. Let's talk about the manager of the season list, right? 6 names have been nominated for Sky Sports in the vote. We're going to pick our best one here and maybe give you some names that aren't on that list as well. We'll have a little chat about this, get involved in the comments. Mikel Arteta, the first one. Roberto De Zerbi, obviously the Mario lookalike from the COP TV. If you haven't seen that, then go and look. Unai Emery, Pep Guardiola, Eddie Howe and Marco Silva. I'll open the floor up. Whoever wants to jump in can. What do we think of that?
There's no debate.
No Gary O'Neill.
No. For me, I find giving the manager of the season tough to any manager that hasn't been here a full season. So the guys like Unai Emery, even
Marco Silva
to an extent.
Flip
Marco
it and
Silva's
say he's
been a
only
full
been there
season.
half the season and he's still in contention.
I get that. I think that's where it is. That's where the contention, tip of the hats, you get the honourable mentions. But to be actually winning it, for me, I find it hard to say anybody but Pep Guardiola. As boring as it sounds, I know.
Pretty boring.
I'm going to let you make it Eddie Howe case, but for me, Pep Guardiola, what he's done this season, you can say start the season.
Goal on Anfield, and this time there is no remorse. This time, vamos!
Jacob Ramsey! Jacob Ramsey!
Oh Lord Jesus! Who's it gone to? Alex!
Alex, who has it gone to, by the way, there, Anfield? There's Liverpool there.
Why aren't you hyped? me and Matty just done a mad job there. You just brought the whole mood down, man. Come on, what's wrong with you?
Bobby Frimnho's testimonial, man. Come on.
Jacob
Ramsey scored.
Gerrard's last game.
Yeah.
27 minutes in.
Cheers,
Watkins might have missed a penalty. Ramsey has scored. Villa finally take the lead.
After 27 minutes, still time to get back in it, but a missed penalty and now 1-0 down. Villa should be 2-0 up.
On the Pep thing, Pep.
The reason why I hear why people are kind of saying, oh, you should be winning the title or whatever, that's at the start of the season what we expected and what we're seeing now. If you're doing that for me, you're moving the whole context of the season. And you got to remember, this was an incredible Arsenal team. First half of the season, as you were saying, it was almost disrespectful.
Almost inch perfect.
To call them not the favourites.
Yeah.
City were going through a transition. Did not have Ruben Diaz for parts of the season. Had all of their key players in De Bruyne, Gundogan, Foden, all underperforming. Cancelo shipped off in January.
Bernardo Silva drama.
Bernardo Silva performing under the levels. All first half of the season prior to the World Cup. So for me to get those players going again for a 5th season. Getting Akanji going in different roles. Stones in different roles. Their transition game has changed from what it was last year. Then the 8-point gap that was between you and Arsenal, you've now closed that up and now you're ahead. And now you're also on the way to completing a treble.
No, like
listen.
You have to.
And then Haaland, it's all good
impressive.
coming in and saying, all right, first part of the season we were all saying, they're doing the Haaland long ball, they're forcing it. Of course he's going to break the record. But now they're playing their football as well on top of that. Now they've got the Haaland long ball figured out as well. So I hear the Eddie Howe, but for me, I find it just hard to not give it to Pep. And I know it sounds lazy and easy, but when I look at the context of everything I've just said now,
I think that was what I was saying earlier, and I think the context gets missed a lot. Arsenal in January had only dropped points twice, once at Old Trafford where they were the better team, and once against Southampton. So people forget just how good this Arsenal team were. They were playing the best football out there. But I must slightly disagree, because I think the tools and the quality that Pep is using, like what he has at his disposal, is far greater than Eddie Howe. This is a Newcastle team that have got Longstaff in midfield, Willock, Dan Burn, Botman's been a great signing, Sarr, do you know what I mean?
Almiron, Murphy, Jacob Murphy.
Trippier's the captain.
Jacob Murphy, second half of the season
fell out of favour at Tottenham, Jacob Murphy. So, and I think Isak was out for a large part of the season as well with an injury, 3.5 months. Callum Wilson's injury prone. So for me, Newcastle taking it from 10th, I think, last season to 3rd. 12th was it? Sorry, 12th. Right, even bigger job. Up to 3rd is and a cup final, which has got to be stated as well against Man United. I think that's incredible. Like, that's an incredible job.
Honestly, this isn't like a late breakthrough in the top 4. We've been there the whole time. All season we've been in the top 4. It's not like we've nipped in, and we have thoroughly deserved to be where we are.
2022, you've been top 3, top 4, really, haven't you?
Unbelievable. The run that we've been on, especially at home, but away from home as well. The football we're playing, the intensity, the high press, it's a joy to watch. It's unbelievable to compete. And we've mentioned there, Jacob Murphy couldn't get a game on loan to Sheffield Wednesday 2 seasons ago. You know what I mean? He turned him around. Joelinton scoring goals as well as being a midfield enforcer. Almiron, Bain. 9 out of the players that beat Spurs 6-1 have been here for years. Well, these 9 out of those 11 players were Mike Ashley era players.
And can I actually add, in January you lost Shelvey. Your midfield actually got weaker.
We got weakened?
Yeah.
Because we got rid of Shelvey. We got rid of Chris Wood, who obviously isn't great, but again, if Wilson gets injured, there's no out-and-out striker but him. And then, we only brought in Anthony Gordon, which hasn't worked out. So it wasn't a good January window at all.
No,
and we've had big injuries throughout the season. Like I said, Isak, yes, record signing, 60 million. Been injured for 3.5 months. Couldn't really get
defensive record's been ridiculous. I know you said
best defensive league.
You kind of have to do a full season, but Emery has got to get a shout out if they get top 6, because this guy's taken them from a relegation battle to top 6 in the same season. It's been mad from him as well.
There is a poll going as well, by the way. People, so get involved in that, in who you think is manager of the season. Eddie Howe is currently leading by 36% to Pep on 29%.
Is Emery in the poll?
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, Eddie Howe on 36%, Pep on 29%. No, he's not. De Zerbi on 9% and Arteta on 26%.
Interesting.
Yeah, also LJ Brown says, what's more impressive, the fact that Matisse was at the Fast X premiere, or the fact that he looks like he could be part of the cast and wasn't in the film? Says LJ Brown.
I've done my James Bond 007 kind of acting now, and I think
you put yourself out there.
Yeah, I put myself out there. I've spoken to Cecil. He's going to be my agent for these jobs. So now we're gonna move forward.
Takes 30%. Be careful.
Yeah, it's fine. Next season I'm going to be an actor.
No, I like to see it, man. It's better than watching Chelsea.
Yeah,
they've been acting up the whole season.
Yeah, you know what I
mean. As we know, I think I'm going to go for Eddie Howe.
Thank you.
In terms of the question is manager, not necessarily which manager's got the most points. I think, listen, Pep Guardiola with that team that he's got available, of course you have to do the right things and make sure that translates in terms of points. But for me, Eddie Howe, it's so boring just to give it to the man who wins it every year. So I'm going to go with Eddie Howe.
But Klopp won it last year and he finished 2nd.
Did he?
Yeah. So sometimes it doesn't go.
He was on a quadruple.
Quadruple run.
So that's
a bit different.
Oh, what's Pep on at the moment? A treble run.
Not quite the quadruple though.
But they're going to do the treble. They're going to do the treble. They're going to do the treble. You are going to use it. I don't like that. You did a domestic cup double on penalties both times, by the way, both finals. Didn't dominate. Yeah, you got lucky with an offside goal for Lukaku, which wasn't offside.
To say that was a trophy.
Yeah, the Carabao Cup. Yeah, it was not. Yeah, it wasn't offside. And if it had happened to you guys, big commotion it would have been, right? But because you guys got it in your favour, you don't want to talk about it. Pep is actually going to do the treble, so he's going to.
Just remember though, it's Premier League manager of the season.
I know.
It's not treble.
Just to shut that down. Because you got Premier League. Was it Premier League manager of the season Klopp got, and he didn't win the Premier League?
Goal for Wolves.
Big
Everton, 1-0 down.
Anyway.
Molyneux. We'll get back to that in a second for you once we find out the goal score. scorer. Tino, the super chat. Look at Emery's job at Villa from 17 to 6, and maybe Europa League. And if Emery takes Villa to Europe, the El Finale, says Tina. Thank you very much for the super chat. Pep actually wins the PL, brother. Klopp got the 2 cups, says RS. The RS, hopefully. Wolves 1, Everton 0, says Pedro. Everton going down, says Pedro as well. Where is Gary O'Neill, says Alex. Again, a notable mention, as we said. Yeah. Joshua Singleton says, can you guys discuss the Hammers fan fending off AZ fans like a Spartan? Big up Matty and the Toon. Eddie Howe, manager of the season all day long. It's Knowlesy.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
And apparently the AZ Ultras were trying to get into the players' friends and family hospitality bit.
Nice.
And there was him and someone else standing at the top of the stairs. Bosh!
Bosh! Have a great day. Pie and mash.
Get the badge in.
Bosh!
Get the badge in.
And he actually was singled out by, I think it was Areola's wife, saying how brave he was and he saved us.
Ballsy,
I mean, if they don't make some kind of Green Street redemption film about
you know what I would have loved?
then I'll pitch
I would have
it.
loved to have seen. I would have loved to have seen Nicky up there.
Yeah.
Just knocking people out, throwing punches. It would have been brilliant.
Forget as well.
Green Street.
Goal for Crystal Palace away at Fulham in the South London derby. This one. Udson Edouard with the finish as well. And Fulham are looking to maybe finish the season on a bit of a damp squid compared to how they started off the season. But we were just discussing Marco Silva as a potential manager of the season there, so it's not too bad. Gareth, AGT, have you started to get used to the Europa League music yet? Arguably, quite a decent theme tune. I quite like it.
It's a nice theme tune.
Flex and KG did their own remix of it last year, didn't they?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Pathetic, really.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, there you go. Let us know who you think is your manager of the season. Who's the most likely to win it? Who doesn't deserve to win it? Maybe we'll do the worst next week. But Marco Silva, I think, just outside edge. Not a small chance, really, to be honest. Arteta and Pep and Eddie Howe, the 3 front runners for me as well. Definitely. Maybe not Arteta after the end. Young player and player of the season award. Let's have a look for young player of the year.
The boys are there.
It's pretty much the same in both categories, really, isn't it? Young player of the year, we've got Sven Botman.
Yeah,
How old is he?
Boss man. I think he's like 22.
Is that it?
Is he really?
Is this under 23s? Is that still the...
This is crazy.
Should be under 21.
I think he's 22 or 23.
Under 21.
He's 23. He's 23. Turned 23 in January.
You ain't a youngster, man. You are a grown-ass man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it should be up to
21.
I'd say.
Well, how old's like Haaland and that as well?
Haaland, 21.
Haaland's 22, I think.
22.
Yeah.
Caicedo's there. Isaac as well.
Caicedo's 21.
Yeah.
Isaac still.
Should be 21.
McAllister.
You think he should be under 21?
McAllister's 24.
Haaland's 22.
McAllister's 24. What's going on?
Yeah,
with
he
this
is. He is.
I think it's the age they start the season.
It depends on the birth when you was born.
Martinelli,
24.
Odegaard and Saka all there for young players of the season. And then player of the
Saka's
season,
21.
De Bruyne, Haaland, Kane, Odegaard, Trippier,
I honestly disagree
Saka
with
and Rashford.
Yeah, Trippier's not even Newcastle's player of the season, so I'm surprised he's in there.
What's that about?
It's because it's all stats, mate. He's the most defender. He's the highest defender for creating chances and balls into the box and all that sort of crap. So the stats people have obviously absolutely loved it. No, Trippier, yeah, highest defender in terms of set pieces and stuff. So, but he's not even. I wouldn't even put him in my top 3 of Newcastle players of the season. So
Who's your top 3 Newcastle?
I would go Joelinton first, Botman second, and
Pope?
maybe I've got to say Wilson, to be honest with you, because like 18, 19 goals this season now.
Incredible.
Is it how many goals?
Unbelievable that, and he's again missing large chunks of the season as well. So
Some player.
fire.
Callum Wilson. Isaac with a small shout as well.
Isaac definitely
Bruno
on the fringes of with Wilson, but
Paulinho should have got a mention. Someone say in the chat from Fulham, DM.
yeah, he's class.
He's been brilliant this
I'd
season.
have him.
Player, yeah.
I'd be
Fantastic.
He's 29 though, I think.
Yeah, just a mention is for one of the best players.
Player of the season, it's going to go to Haaland, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
we
got
might
to
as
be
well
Haaland,
just...
yeah.
Is he going to get young
Move
player
on.
and player of the year?
I think he
I think
will.
he'll just take
That shouldn't
both.
be allowed either.
But if you get player, surely by default you get
Yeah.
young player as well, just by logic, you know?
Yeah,
or,
by logic,
just
yeah.
dish out the awards.
But that's why it should be under
someone
21s
else,
because then
That's what I agree with.
Haaland
you.
would be
I
on
do
that
think-
list to be
let us know in
Saka.
the comments. Do you think this should kind of stop really when you get to under 21? Sorry,
well,
when you
that's
get
when
to
the youth
21?
level stops, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
under 21s. You
Yeah.
don't do on.
Yeah.
Oh, there is maybe under 23s.
Well, they call it the
Yeah.
reserves now. These days
Yeah.
are called the under 23s. If you take Haaland out of it, though, let's say for both, I'll give you mine. I think
Give Saka the young player of the year for me.
Saka, young player, and De Bruyne
Or Caicedo
player for me.
I think Caicedo really deserves a big shout for young player of the year.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say Saka first,
Scored
but I think
9 goals the
Caicedo's
other day.
21.
Yeah.
For getting rid of the 23, 24, I think Caicedo would be coming in second for me.
I'd say Saka for young player, and I'd maybe say Odegaard for player if you're going to take out Haaland.
Really?
Yeah, Odegaard, man.
Over
special.
De Bruyne?
Special, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Odegaard's been brilliant, you know.
15
15 goals. I think,
Trippier
15
again is there for
Rashford shouldn't be
some
there. He's done
reason.
out since Qatar. Do you know what I mean? What's he still doing there?
he had a good period for, what was it, 2 or 3 months?
Yeah, I haven't seen him
He's
since
done-
January, do you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, he had a bit of struggle.
Apparently Villa still on top here at Anfield. They have been very good this afternoon, we're hearing. And it's a great save from a free kick from Alisson. And Villa, again, could have been 3-0 up by now.
Yeah, they
Unbelievable.
should be.
Was Kane on that player of the year list?
Yes, Kane's there as well, yeah.
Martinelli, good shout. Very good shout, Martinelli. Don't know how old he is. I think he might be...
He's in the young player.
He's in the young
So,
Oh, okay, good,
again,
perfect.
between us all, we're going for the top row, really, which is De Bruyne, Kane or Odegaard if you can't pick Haaland. Young player. I mean, McAllister at 24.
Martinelli's
I
good
can't
shout.
believe he's there. to be
Can't be
honest.
having that, like.
You shouldn't even be
but
there.
I-
Before you can be having 3 kids at that point, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, true. Some
you're
have.
not a kid anymore.
I'll go Saka, young player of the year.
He's 18, yeah.
Saka, young player of the year for me. That's a bit of a standout there, isn't it? But let us know in the comments, who is your picks? Let's have a look at this free kick. Great save again from Alisson. Really big initiative that from Villa from that free kick. And Luis Diaz comes away with the ball, does he? And loses out. Oh no, wins it back. Liverpool still 1-0 down though, just over 5 minutes to go here at Anfield in the last game at Anfield for Bobby Firmino, James Milner, Roberto Firmino. Sorry, I said that one already. And of course, who was the last one? I've got them all
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
mixed up. And Oxlade-Chamberlain as well.
Where's
How-
he going to go then? Is he signed to you anywhere?
Well, there was a really nice note in the programmes today from Henderson, and he said something along the lines of whoever gets Ox gets a lottery. He's in the form of his life. He's really fit. He's training super well. So he's still got a lot to give and offer.
How old is he now?
Southampton, the
29?
resurgence.
28, 29,
Yeah.
yeah. So he's still got it. You reckon? Back to the champ?
Championship job.
No,
Why not bring
he
Southampton
definitely
back?
deserves to be in the
Take the
Prem.
baton. You left him as a kid. You left him very early. I think he was, what, 16?
Chamberlain?
Southampton just ruled
yeah.
Yeah, he left him at 16 to go Arsenal or
They
whatever.
could well do that.
Him and Walcott's
Bale.
gone back.
Yeah, just bring
You
it-
go back
yeah,
now.
Get Bale back.
Championship, yeah.
Yeah.
Bring the whole band back together,
Marion
baby.
Parhars, you know what I mean?
He's
Matt
probably a bit
Letizia,
old.
pull him out of Guernsey somewhere.
Ali Dia.
Oi.
Ali Dia, he's a liar.
But yeah, let us know in the old commentos of what you think about that. Let's talk about the relegation fight.
Relegation.
It's looking like it's going to go right down to the wire in terms of the other teams to join Southampton in going down, as we just mentioned then. Who do you want to stay up versus who you think their time is up? Because obviously the other names that are floating around, Everton, the Leeds, Leicester, I was there on Monday night, they think they're going down if you speak to their fans, by the way. Celtic also 2-1 down now, again at home to Curtis Main, who scored the first goal as well. But just whilst I go to the toilet, who do you think is going to stay up? And if they do stay up, what have they got to do to make sure they don't slip back into trouble next season? The likes of the Evertons, the Leicesters.
I think I'd like to see Everton go down. I'd like to see Everton
Me
go
too.
down. I've had
On
enough
that
of
note,
them.
me
Do you know
too.
what I mean? I think the way that club's been ran over the past few years. Now, honestly, I think it would be a good thing for Everton to go down. When Newcastle went down, it was a good thing, and I make actually because you needed to shift all that deadwood. You know, we had Owen there, Viduka there, Duff there, players above 30 on massive. Everton's the same. They've got players there on huge wages who just don't deserve anywhere near that amount. I think Everton need that refresh, that restart. Hit the restart button for me on Everton. They've got a new stadium and everything coming. I think they need a season down, scrap everything, start again would do them wonders. I'd like to see them go down. I think they'll probably just about stay up. They've got Bournemouth last game of the season. I think they'll win that and stay up. For me, I think it'll be Leicester and
Man, how
Leeds that
little
go
points you need to stay up. You don't need 40 points this season.
I know, it's
you
crazy,
You
yeah.
need 34 and a decent goal difference and you're good.
I think it'll be Leicester and Leeds. Maybe even Forest, you know. Maybe Forest might get in there.
Forest are on 34. On 3 points clear of Leeds, same games played. 4 clear of Leicester. Goal difference is pretty poor.
Leeds have got Spurs at home and
they do, yeah.
Someone else.
I feel like I wouldn't like Forest to go back down after the first attempt. Having been away for so long, they've made home record good. They've tried at least to be ambitious with their signings.
A lot of signings.
So I'm like, you know what, fair play. Everton, I feel like, haven't. And I feel like they've been stagnant and kind of going backwards for a couple of years now. So, as you said, if they went down, I wouldn't be too mad at it. It's kind of a combination of bad ownership, bad managerial decisions, bad signings, you know, just a whole clusterfuck, if you like, of just things that have gone wrong.
£500 million they've spent in recent years.
And I'm low-key starting to feel like Leicester are sliding down the same way. If you notice, kind of like their big signings over the last couple of years, Patson Daka, guys like that, Sumare, they have not been good. No. And the one signing you kind of gave Brendan Rodgers after back-to-back almost qualifying for Champions Leagues was Wout Faes this summer. It's like, come on, you need a lot more. And I feel like since rest his soul, the original owner had passed away and his son has taken over. It just hasn't had that same kind of drive and ambition you felt like it did under the original owners. And then the recruitment hasn't been the same since, I think it's Steve Walsh.
Yes. Yeah.
Since he left, it just hasn't really, they haven't hit as many gems as they would. Usually every window they'd make about 3 or 4 signings and you knew 2 are guaranteed. Quality players. Now they're just kind of too many misses rather than hits, I feel like. So even though,
they got Newcastle away next
down the
as well,
crisis cycle, but Leicester are headed there, and that's why I kind of hope Leicester do stay up. They don't deserve to go down, but then if they did, it'd be kind of funny seeing them go from Premier League winners,
FA Cup,
Champions League, FA Cup, Community Shield to now. It's like you really got to look at that 6-year span and be like, how did it all go wrong?
There's no way that this team should be anywhere near the relegation zone on Monday. When you look at their team, you look at the front line of Barnes, Iheanacho. I know Vardy's getting on, but he's still off as a goal. Madison. You've got Madison, Tielemans in the middle there. Samori hasn't quite worked. Ndidi, like Castagna and stuff at the back. Like, they've got some good players, and you just think, how on earth have they ended up in this situation?
The defence is really poor.
Oh, there's a possible red card here at Anfield for Tyrone Mings.
We'll
have a look to see what happens. The referee's given a yellow for a Mings high boot, but we're yet to see if that is turning into a red or not. Let's have a little look here. Oh, that was nasty from Mings. It was nasty. It was to the chest area of Gakpo. It's a yellow card, and then we will be checking to see if it is a red. Apparently he wins the ball, but it was very high. Gakpo stays down. Let's have another look. Ooh.
Nah, come on.
Not enough.
It was nasty though.
No, he's gone 100% ball there.
Well, let's see. It's half time now at the Vitality. Manchester United go into the half with that 1-0 lead. Matty, how important is that for them to hang on to that now?
Especially considering what's happening at Anfield, Alex. If it stays the same here, then they'll know they've pretty much solidified top 4 and they're on their way. That'll surely be the team talk from Ten Hag. 45 minutes to go, we're halfway there. The Champions League to see them at top 4.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin, we're hearing, gone off injured. 1-0 down away at Wolves. How big is that for them?
When is he not injured, man? Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
I was just thinking, shock.
They just said the other week, he's back for the City game. He never there. But going back to Leicester, Matisse, do you reckon that sometimes clubs should just get rid of their star players if they want to leave? Because for me, last summer, Maddison wanted to leave, Tielemans wanted to leave, and they held them against the will.
Indeed, wanted to leave a while.
Yeah, they've just held them against the will.
So they're not going to get maximum profit.
Tielemans leaves for free in the summer. They could have made 20-30 million of him last year, got a replacement in.
Yeah, Maddison 2024, Indeed 2024. And these are the type of players as well, if they want to leave, you don't want them in a dogfight. So they better have their quality and show it to get you at minimum 15th in the league and get you safe, because if they start getting in a dogfight, I always felt, they're too good to go down. But now it's like, they are too good, and they are potentially going down because of that, because of the players maybe not being as committed, and maybe they want to leave and they know they're going to leave regardless. Maddison's not kicking ball in the Championship. We know that.
No.
So it's like, it's tough. I think for Leicester, it's about the recruitment. Like you said, you can only get rid of your top players if you trust that your recruitment can replace them. It's the same thing that Tottenham have had in a big scale with Harry Kane. I think if they had trust in their recruitment, I don't think Tottenham fans would be going so berserk maybe that they could lose Harry Kane this summer, because they know it's inevitable and they know that they can replace and they can replenish, but they don't even have a director. I think that's why Nagelsmann turned them down in the end. So yeah, if you don't have your stuff sorted behind closed doors with the scouting team, then you're doomed.
You're like, because the likes of Tielemans and that just haven't been interested. They haven't been.
Nah, but do you know what? I've always thought Tielemans was a bit overrated. Like, listen, he's got a great shot on him and he's a good player, but to go to a top team, I just don't think he's shown that he's got that level of quality. Even when I saw him for Belgium in the World Cup, he was poor. I know the whole Belgium team was poor, but like, you're looking at Tielemans, if you're going to gas him up, I'm expecting him to step up and at least show as an individual that, you know, in his final year, this is what I can do on the biggest stage. I didn't see that from him, and he's very sluggish as well. He's not the quickest, so I think he can be a liability at times.
Liverpool need midfielders, Alex. Would you take Yuri Tielemans at Anfield?
Yeah, there's been rumours because he's on the free and we could get him in, but I don't think he suits the future of what Liverpool are trying to build. We did hear, by the way, it's a yellow card and it stays that way at Anfield, but there's been a penalty at Craven Cottage. Who's it gone to? Matty.
Chance for the home side to get an equaliser at the end of the first half. You have a Fulham, and no doubt Big Mitrovic will be stepping up on his first game back after that ban. So if he can slot it home for him, he's got a good record from the spot.
Oh, he's back now. So as soon as Toney leaves, he's back.
Pretty much.
Another conspiracy.
We'll let you know what happens.
Has anyone ever seen them in the same room together?
Very shortly. Super chat here from LJ Brown. Question for Matty: how buzzed are you from going to relegation to Champions League? You must feel like you're in dreamland.
I mean, I don't think it's really sunk in yet. I try to let it settle in
against
the
music.
Brighton night. Yeah, against Brighton the other night. Had a bit of a moment trying to think about it, but it's just mental, man. Like, from fighting relegation every year to then fighting for Champions League and looking forward to
must be a
next
dream.
season. It is a dream, like he said it there in the question. It's absolute dreamland. Like, it doesn't feel real. I can't wait to see it. We haven't been in the Champions League for 20 years, you know, so to get back there is going to be absolutely unbelievable. Like, dreaming. I can't wait for next year, man. Can't wait for the away days. But
bet you can't wait for the Champions League draw as well. Do you know what pot you're going to be in?
Nah, I don't know about that pot. If anyone knows in the comments, actually let me know what pot Newcastle will be in. But I think we're going to be drawn against the tough.
I think because you wouldn't have been in Europe for the past couple of years, so your coefficients. It's based on your European coefficients.
Napoli and Bayern Munich and that, I think, isn't it?
Can you imagine the Magpie channel away at them?
Stay tuned, people. Subscribe for that.
That'd be good from a fan's perspective, though.
Yeah, it's your first time. You may as well.
First time, just have a jolly up, and I'm sure one of those big teams always go crashing out. Trust me. So
St. James's Park will be the big one.
Yeah,
we'll get the crowd going then.
I can't wait, to see it. Like, I can't wait to see potentially Benzema, Vinicius at St. James's Park. It's going to
Dan
be
Bain against
NFC shirt. Let's
Benzema,
we're coming.
Yo,
it was a goal scored by Alexander Mitrovic. He broke or had a very bloody nose.
How's he not got his name and number?
Well, he had a very bloody nose earlier on in the game, I'm hearing, so he had to change his shirt. So there is no name or number on the back of his shirt, but let's have a look at the penalty. Yeah, someone's running straight to the club shop, turning the printer on.
45 plus 5.
There's people in the stands that have got his shirt.
Bit of blood there.
Got the name on the back.
Yeah.
He's not.
It's a great
fantastic
penalty. 2-2 for his return after his 8-match ban. After pushing the referee, it's now half time at Craven Cottage. Eduard and Mitrovic with the goals. Still going on though at Anfield. Still 1-0 to Aston Villa as we approach the half time whistle.
People are saying that Newcastle are in pot 4, Arsenal will be in pot 3, even though they haven't been in the Champions League for 3 years either.
Long time, buddy.
So pot 4 for Newcastle, so it will be interesting. I can't wait for that to see who the Magpies end up getting.
No, it's always a good vibe when you see who's in the group.
Planning the trips away, thinking when it's going to be.
Yeah,
buzzing for that, man.
That's going to be an absolutely great season for Newcastle next season. MKH saying Liverpool is the only English club who does well in the Champions League. Well, this season we could see Man City winning it for the first time. CL11 says, where do Rice and Caicedo end up? It's looking like Arsenal for Rice and maybe Chelsea or Liverpool for Caicedo.
I wouldn't. Xhaka's gone now, so they're getting one of them. Yeah, they're getting one of them. I think Xhaka going this early is kind of like a bad thing because it means that Arsenal are not playing around. Like, he's one of those players that they could have easily, if they were messing around in the summer and they wanted to be loyal and they want to be complacent in the ownership, they could have kept him, made a very good case for him. He's a leader. He's had a good season.
Character though.
Yeah, character. It's a loss. But if they get Rice, character comes back in. Captain of West Ham. It's the future character, isn't it? So I know. Does he have the does he have the shithousery, the Xhaka in him, to swear at the fans and whatnot? But
half time in Anfield as well.
Maybe it could be both. Who knows?
Half time at Anfield. Will Aston Villa come and spoil the party? The fight, the race for the top 4. Let us know in the comments. Will that one continue or will it not? It's looking like it's a very good half of football, though, played by Aston Villa. He probably should have been 2 or 3-0 up, but it is half-time in all of those games. Celtic half-time as well, losing 2-1 at home.
Did pull one back, but then they took the lead. Got a chat here just for Alex. Falawi, AGT Tiaz. Ha, book Europa, lad.
Do you know what? I'm not too mad at Europa, and it's not as if I've said on these shows recently in the last month. Have you ever seen me say that?
I had to calm you down.
You did?
On the roundup, I was like,
I've said United are still fully expected to do it.
It's over.
I really said, I think it went up from 3% to maybe 20%, but United had too many games to play to not pick those points up. The XG at half-time, 1.3 for Villa, 0.19 for Liverpool. No chances from what we've seen, whatever, really, from Liverpool. But yeah, Europa League it's looking like for Liverpool next season. I'll take it.
Take the win as well.
I'd like to go Real Betis. I'd love to win it. The final's in Dublin. That'd be like a home game for us.
And for you,
Plus, you've got unfinished business there almost, it feels like.
We still need to win that.
Because the first year under Klopp, you lost that final to Mourinho and Sevilla.
Yeah,
so
Mourinho,
go back there.
Playing for us.
Yeah,
he lost us.
Sevilla in the final. Sevilla
former club, innit? So he was like, "Hey man, let me leave you with something at least."
Yeah.
I know we won it last year together.
The final now.
Here's another one.
7 times.
They are Europa League
heritage.
Listen, what do you think of that? Sevilla, the Europa League merchants versus Jose, never lose a final.
It's going to be crazy.
There's actually a chat, super chat here, that touched on that. So it's a good job you brought it up. That said something along the lines of Mourinho. What do we think of him potentially being the first? Well, he is the first to already win the Europa Conference League and Champions League, but to do it again potentially.
Tammy Abraham be the first player ever to do it as well.
I tweeted that the other day. I said I will always laugh at like how
you sacked him.
Spurs chased him out of the club basically under the European. Do you remember when the whole European Super Football scandal thing was going on? Yeah. We thought, hey, this is our smokescreen to kind of get him out of there when he got us to our first final in a couple of years, domestic final anyway. But you just felt like he wasn't really given the backing either that Jose was normally given at previous clubs. And I said, when you bring in a manager like Jose, you've got to back him to the tilt. Roma, since then, I remember when he went there, I said, watch him do what he was supposed to do with us, do over there. Even though he won't be competing for Serie A, I guarantee you might bring an Italian Cup. They hadn't won a European trophy, I think, for 30-odd, 40-odd, or in their history, actually, I think it was. I can't even remember.
Brings it in.
Sure, Roma fans will let me know in the comments. But comes and brings that, and then back to back again. Like, Spurs fans can laugh and say, some Spurs fans will say, it's only a second tier, third tier European trophy.
Spurs fans have no right to such
we will bite your hand off for that because we were in both of those competitions and couldn't win it. So fair play to him for having gone there with a team that's not got a great budget. If you compare it pound for pound to the Spurs team we had, probably has less talent.
That was probably your best manager to win a trophy. People speak about Conte, but Conte has been brilliant in the league. He's been brilliant for bringing Juventus back from nowhere, not winning it in like 10 years, bringing Inter from not winning it since Mourinho days, I think.
Both of them. Yeah, both of them.
He's brilliant, but you guys' league, that was always going to be a long day.
Yeah,
but
and the thing was to sack him before after getting to the final, not to at least even let him see out the final.
That was the worst.
Listen, for me it was embarrassing, and I remember Spurs fans telling me at the time, the football's so nasty, the environment's so toxic, get him out now, would rather have a new manager bounce.
Even at United, he was the last guy to win something before this season.
100%.
Europa League and League Cup. So this guy wins trophies.
You don't doubt Jose in finals, I feel like.
He wins cups, man.
And it was one of the more foolish moments where I'm not saying, we should have kept him on for the next year or so.
No, but for the one game.
Let him see out that final.
That was a big mistake.
I just look back at it now and think,
ludicrous.
I've seen Lamela and Brian Gill basically set each other up to send Sevilla to the final on one side, and then on the other side, Jose and Roma are going. I'm like, you know what? You can't make this up.
But where does he rank
make
then?
this up.
Because if he's winning, and he is the only manager to have won all those cups, I mean, what would you rather, that or winning 5 Champions Leagues? I'm not sure, but where does he rank now in terms of the all-time greats, in terms of the clubs that he's done it? He really is the man that can go somewhere on a much smaller budget and still find success. The only one was literally Tottenham, as we know, but where does he rank for you in terms of the all-timers with the trophies and the clubs that he's done it at?
It's tough, man. You got
Right up there.
You got Ancelotti. You got Ferguson.
Nah,
you got
yeah,
Pep.
Ancelotti for me. Ancelotti, the lack of league titles
Over Mourinho?
is 100. Mourinho over Ancelotti
really?
by a mile.
by-
Yeah, not even close in my eyes.
very
And you think
disrespectful to
eyebrow
Carlo.
raise in a Champions League every couple of years of a super team is going to impress me? Nah, Ancelotti, the amount of
You have to
good
remember
teams-
Mourinho did
the
it.
amount of
damn
great
it.
Madrid teams
Yeah.
and Milan team. He had one of the greatest. Oh, let me not say greatest because the 90s team was not.
Yeah, one of the greatest Milan
but
teams.
one of the greatest Milan teams, and one league title was all you had to show for it. Madrid, you've got one league title. That's all you've got to show for it. And it's like,
Brilliant at
I even
Chelsea.
look at Conte and Ancelotti. I'm like, Conte's got this incredible league record. But an awful European record. But Ancelotti's got this awful
Poor
league
league.
record,
Yeah,
but an
good,
incredible
great in
Champions
Europe.
League record.
Yeah.
Which is it?
But then Mourinho
do
has
you
both.
value more consistency over a season, or kind of someone who can do it in the
Mourinho's
cups?
got Europe.
Mourinho's
Won
got
it-
both.
Won it
Mourinho's
at
got
Porto.
both.
Won the Europa League at Porto.
Champions League.
Won the Champions League with
Porto.
with Inter as well and Porto. So
And the UEFA Cup with
now the
Porto the season before the Champions League.
Yeah. So UEFA Cup, sorry, not Europa League. And then now he's got potentially another Europa League and a Conference League at Roma. Again, not easy to do it. Not one of the biggest, best teams. And the league titles are there as well at Chelsea, at Madrid. So yeah, you know what?
Top
you make
three for
a
sure.
fair case. He's
Top
kind of
three.
got
For me,
he's
it's
got
like
the complete set.
it's
He's got
Pep
the
and,
complete-
the Pep and Fergie discussion is always going to be going for a while.
Yeah. I don't think he can.
That one is kind of more
Unfortunately,
difficult to
those guys,
differentiate,
no, you can't
and
get to
eras are
those guys.
different. But I think Jose for me is third there.
Because he has fallen
Yeah.
off, like in terms of
Yeah,
pedigree,
listen.
and there's a reason for that. Of the
I've
clubs.
stopped trying to negate Pep for what the amount of changes Pep has done to the game. Like every time he does something, the whole league copycats, no matter where he is, whether it's the Bundesliga, La Liga, or the guy's influence is too crazy for me. So to not say Jose's better than him, I can't do that, to be fair. So for me, it's Pep and Fergie, and then you've got Jose after them.
Do you know what? Fergie and Jose are top two for me, says C. Bob Paisley is the true GOAT, says Norat.
I can't
3
judge
European
someone I haven't
Cups
seen.
in 9 years, 19 trophies in 9
See
years.
those guys.
Where did Ancelotti win his
can-
titles? He
I
won
can
at
hear
Chelsea, Madrid, Milan, PSG, Bayern. 5.
Each. And don't forget, he was the one that lost the title to Montpellier, Giroud. He put Giroud on the map. People forget that. People talk about Pochettino.
Why does everybody
last
remember
year.
Pochettino's one then?
What, Pochettino won the title? What are you
Yeah,
talking
no,
about?
I know, but they remember the
Yeah, they remember that. He won the title.
I didn't know it was that.
Exactly. Montpellier, Carlo Ancelotti. Streets ain't forget.
Doesn't get the same attention.
That's what Real Madrid and Champions Leagues will do, man. Paper over a lot of cracks.
I think his most impressive stat of his career is something like he went 8 years without losing at home across all
Jose.
the clubs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was wild.
Something
what
ridiculous
about,
like that.
I think
Where
that
does
I think
Wenger
the
in this?
record he set with that Chelsea team
Yeah.
is one
Liverpool
that I don't
broke
think
that
is
record.
What the
Xabi Alonso.
15 goals conceded in the
15
season.
goals that one, sorry,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
16
Let me land
goals,
because that one ain't. I don't think it's ever getting broken.
No,
I don't think anybody is ever conceding less than that in the season. We talk about centurions and record points.
That's
And
incredible.
those can all
Terry
be
and
attained.
Carvalho.
Invincible can potentially be attained. That one, I genuinely do not think that will ever be done again.
You're talking about clean sheets for more than half the game, bro. Like, it's mad.
Nuts.
Yeah.
It's actually mad when you think
Nuts.
about it. It's ridiculous.
Jose should get more respect, says Office Ricky. I mean, he gets the respect, I think, from everyone. It's just the years now he's been doing it. I mean, 2003 he won UEFA Cup with Porto. 20 years on, we're still here.
talking about
Do you not feel that over the last 4 or 5 years, in the British press especially, since he's had the United job, I feel like they've been trying to say Jose's finished.
Yeah.
Jose's a dinosaur. His management style doesn't work. His tactics don't work. And now we're seeing him succeed again. It's all, respect Jose. And he's like, nah, the last 4 or 5 years, everyone was trying to rub him out. And at Roma, he's kind of stamped himself again with a lesser team, with lesser budget, and shown, listen, no matter what you lot say, I can still do this.
Do you think he can kick on from here now and go full circle and go to a PSG or
Yeah.
go to a top team?
What are you lot waiting for? You lot are doing up Pochettino.
We're
and
getting Poch. We're
Listen,
getting Poch.
I know, and you're part of the Poch brigade.
Yeah,
I know you're doing
I know
the
you're part
NPR.
of the
You
PHC.
should've-
I saw a PHC group chat be made. I was informed.
We're coming.
Yeah. Our rivalry next season is going to be hot. It's going to be crazy.
I think you lot should have done Jose part 3.
Nah.
That's
Do you know
what
why?
you lot should have done.
And the reason why I'll say no is because for the players that we have and the players that we've signed, young players, Pochettino is the perfect developer of player, and that's
They
what
would
we
have
need.
looked at Jose with
That's what we need. Nah, listen. They would have looked like Lampard with that as
Angel
well.
and the devil.
They would have looked at
Pochettino,
Lampard for the first day with that as well.
Mourinho.
The
Poch
way
is perfect,
the way that Joe's plays, for me to go through that, because listen, I've seen some of the Roma games. They're hard watches. I watched them on Thursday against Bayer Leverkusen.
23-0.
Listen, that was a rough watch. We can gas it up, yeah, and it's cool we got to a final, but that was disgusting shit right there.
Yeah.
If I'm going to watch my team play like that, potentially, you better be winning the big trophies. No, Carabao Cup. You better win the big trophies, Prem or Champs.
But
so
if there's
for me,
one thing Jose's always shown,
no.
if you give him the tools.
Yeah.
When at those bigger clubs. At United, he wasn't really given the tools.
But I wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't mind him going to a PSG, try and win the Champions League with all this European heritage. The first time to do it.
PSG just need to fade out now.
You don't think so?
Done. Qataris just need to go back
they're bringing in the French players now. It's not a super team no more.
Just focus
so
on...
give Jose that, no?
Nah.
Waves here says best managers of all time: Fergie, Pep, Jose, and then Flop. He says, "Cheers, mate."
Mourinho better than Klopp.
Mourinho was so happy at the end. Says Jack.
You're going to stick up for your boy, Alex. You can have that.
Mourinho better than Klopp?
Yeah, I said Mourinho better than
He's
Klopp.
been around as a manager a lot longer. I think you'd have to allow Klopp to have a few more years managing to see anywhere near the success that he's had. But he's definitely, up there with him for sure. Right, the second half has started again. Bournemouth have started well, and Brooks apparently having a good opportunity for the home team there, mate.
Yeah, we're going to have to storm out flying out the blocks, aren't they? Bournemouth trying to unsettle Man United. I mean, there's got to be more goals in this one at the Vitality. You know what it's like there. Close to the pitch. See if they can get back into it. Although Bournemouth have got nothing to fight for, still got to get amongst it.
And if Liverpool maybe find out about this scoreline, or maybe if Bournemouth scored, does that give them a bit of the kick up the arse? I mean, they're playing now. They would have just come out for the second half. Do you think they're aware of that going into this last 45?
I feel the crowd as well, won't it, if it comes through from them, letting them know that Bournemouth have equalised if they do. So might give them that little boost. We'll see Bobby come off. What time do you reckon Bobby's coming off the bench for his testimonial?
Bobby Firmino in these boots he'll be wearing. Only two mains in the world, and one of them is right here for you on DR Sports on the Saturday Football Show. But in answer to your question, I reckon 61.
61. Good guess.
I'll go 61. We need to see him. I think Milner needs to come on as well, but there also needs to be a big upturn in shots, chances, attempts on goal. 0.19 for Liverpool this game in terms of XG as well. Definitely need a goal or three in that one. Let's move on to our next topic today. According to the old iPad here, Ivan Toney, right? 8 months ban. We spoke about this earlier on in the show. He will not be available, at least in the UK, until January. The FIFA are appealing for a worldwide ban, which really does hold any football that he can play across any of the leagues. We've seen Sturridge get a ban in the UK and go over to Turkey to play. We've seen Trippier get a UK ban, goes to Atletico Madrid, wins the league, comes back. That's how you do it. But I wanted to get all of your thoughts on this because it's such a big topic. They've really thrown the book at him. There was, big charges really when you look at how many bets there were, alleged
232 breaches.
232.
Bit of a piss take, isn't it, really?
It's a bit of a piss take, but at the same time, he's never felt, or no one has ever felt the length of the law like this before. 8 months. We've seen players get banned for a lot less through racism.
Definitely,
I think that's important to say in this debate as well. But to get 8 months and potentially worldwide, listen, he's clearly got issues of mental health in terms of addiction, gambling.
His team were a betting sponsor.
Is that the best? Exactly. And you look how many Premier League teams are sponsored across their shirt by a betting sponsor.
Thankfully, that's ending in
it will be ending 24-25. But boys, what are your thoughts on this one, considering how many charges there were and the length of the ban?
I think, funnily enough, they should have banned him for less time, and they should have fined him more. How much money has he made?
Maybe some counselling as well.
Yeah, and also some counselling. Yeah, like
because this isn't going to help him.
No, it's not. Like
just being out.
It's clearly an addiction. He's not got 232 breaches because of anything else other than the fact it's an addiction. And unfortunately, the people that are punishing him have influenced and encouraged this addiction, because that is what they've got painted across their sponsors in terms of shirts, in terms of signs around the stadium. So it's like a drinking addiction. It's like anything. Like that is an addiction, right? So he has to be given some help and some counselling. I like I said, I think you fine him more because I think he can afford it, and he probably has made a lot, maybe with the bets he's had, and you kind of bring down the length of time purely because, like I said, with other issues, you can see that it's been nowhere near such a length of time. But yeah, it's a madness.
It's a bad timing for him because not only in terms of his future and his transfer window and a lot of teams sniffing around him that need a striker, but because of the pressure that the Premier League have been put under by these companies to stop allowing betting sponsors on shirts, has then made him kind of the figurehead of this is why you shouldn't do it. He's been the first to really be punished in that way, I think, because he's next up for me, because the way they're trying to get rid of betting sponsors, make it a big deal, he's been at the receiving end of it.
For me, though, it's such a hypocritical culture because I feel like betting has been so advertised so much. I mean, you can't even take a BT, Sky Sports, any advert they go to, the first thing is, bet with us, bet Roy Winston's floating head, and then and the thing is I find it so funny that he's the first player that is being taken to these kind of levels, if that makes sense. So I just find it so funny. It's a bit hypocritical, as I said, in my opinion. But
did Joe
what is being done to kind of actually help him is what I'm curious about. It's all well and good punishing him, but 232, that's a lot. That's someone with an actual problem. Do you know what I mean? If you're just going to throw the book at him and just throw a heavy fine at him, cool, it will hurt him, but at the same time, you haven't actually fixed the problem. And I don't know. My question as well is, how the hell do you find these types of things out? Is Ivan Toney signing up to Bet365 under Ivan Toney? In which case, I'm like, you kind of deserve it.
Toney
at least move a little smarter, you know what I'm saying?
Ivan Toney too. Yeah, I mean, there's that as well, but I think, and it is an addiction, you know, and there is serious programs and things out there to help people going through this kind of thing. But for him to be in such a high up position, and obviously these charges date back to when he wasn't playing in the Premier League as a striker, you know, people question that. But yeah, to fine him and ban him for 8 months does nothing really. I mean, we might not be privy to the conversations that the club have had with him where they say, listen, we're going to pay for you to get help, we want you to go on this course. The only thing for me, the real kick in the teeth, well, there's 3 massive kicks in the teeth, isn't there? The fine, the length, but the worldwide for me. Is there an actual need to ban him worldwide? Can you not let him go and play in a Spain or in Italy for 6 months and then come back in January?
Stupid.
I think that's a little bit...
I think that would have been all right because
the book at him. He's no one's ever felt this.
The worst thing is that he's not just... You're saying he can come back in January, but he can't really because he's not going to be anywhere near match.
Yeah, he's going to need a whole...
But this is what I'm saying. He has to go somewhere.
He's going to need another 2 months.
Yeah, and he's not allowed to train, is he? He's
realistically,
banned from all footballing activities.
He's
banned from all footballing activities. He can't train with Brentford during this time.
Really?
He's basically been kicked out of football.
Yeah.
For
that makes. I'm sorry, but
that's why I feel like it's harsh.
From playing, but banned from training as well. Now you're just taking it too far.
Yeah.
Like now you're just actually trying to fuck up.
If anything, he'll bet more. Like, what is he going to do?
Like his job as a living is to play football, and you're saying you can't even be around your teammates now. I'm sorry. That's just a piss take in my eyes. I think that's very hypocritical. The amount of punishments that I've seen where whole stands have been fucking racist and you haven't done anything about it. Players have been racist, you've given them meaningless bans and meaningless fines, but a player places a couple bets and that's the problem. The same betting companies that you've been advertising on all our shirts, on all your programs, on every fucking screen in the stadium.
People talking about being a role model.
Come on, man, give it a rest.
There's gambling, and then unfortunately, there's biting people. I hate what are we doing here? Like, it's 2 completely different things. You know what I mean?
It's like they set you up for failure, and then they punish you when you fail. It's like, what is this?
At the end of the day, though,
system, isn't it?
It is his fault because it is his contract. Every footballer knows they can't do this. So at the end of the day, it is still his fault.
He's breached his contract.
He fully has to take accountability.
A lot of drinking and you can.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be punished, but I'm saying the lengths and things they're going through. I'm sorry, but to ban him from training,
what he's done
and being around the
is not
teammates,
illegal. It's not
literally. That's my thing.
There's a lot of things that people have done that is illegal. He has not done anything illegal. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's a bit mad.
Well, let us know what you think to that one in the comments. Ivan Toney banned from playing all football for the next 8 months until January.
Shame as well, because he's having a great season. He's a great talent. Could have been on the verge of a big move this summer.
100%.
Shame, man.
But again, oh, by the way, we've got a wild Turkish has appeared on the stream.
Wild Turkish?
Bro, what were you doing? Bro, this ain't the big 6, bro. Bro,
Hey, come on, what's that? Let's see.
Turkish has just come on the set, people. Big up Turkish. I ain't seen him
I
for a
didn't even
while.
know you were in today, bro.
What's going on?
He came in just for that.
I thought I was safe. I thought you were at home.
Let me see that. What is that?
What is this?
One
What is
chip
it?
challenge.
Yo, what's going on?
What is that?
Big Six, what?
Oh, you don't want to
but
know
bro,
about
I
that.
haven't.
I've had
It's
that
not
before, mate.
confirmed. The points tally is not confirmed.
What, has he got to do that now?
Arsenal not played yet. It's not confirmed.
Oh, Big Six invasion here.
This is why, by the way, I predicted
Regional,
Tottenham 6, Brentford 6 because of this guy.
So what do you have to do? You have to eat a chip?
Mate, that's brutal. That, you
Bro.
know. I've had that before. It's
You had this before?
absolutely horrific. I swear down.
You're
I was
fucked.
crying and everything. It's made
You're
the
finished.
worst.
Why is it saying
You are
extreme
finished.
heat on it?
You are finished.
Wow.
I couldn't breathe and everything. Mate, it was
Matisse in
horrible.
the mud there.
Bro, Turkish, is this
Come
even
on.
legal what you brought into the studio?
You're finished. You're finished.
Is this
You're
even legal,
finished.
bro? Why is I'm seeing red warnings on the back of the packet?
And you were sick, weren't you, from a chili during the
Bro,
World
I
Cup?
threw
Oh,
up
he's
purposefully.
good. Oh, mate, you are
Threw
gonna
up
be.
out. I had to throw up out there, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna throw up in production because this never. I need to make a statement because we cannot
Dirty
never have.
protest.
Yes, I'm
Dirty
protesting.
protest to have.
I'm protesting because we can never have such liquids and foods in this place. It was illegal what they brought in. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And
We
nobody
heard
else had
about
it but
that
me
from
to
the
the quantity. So I had to make a stand.
I'm not looking forward to, well, you won't be looking forward to, but I'm quite looking forward to
Yeah,
seeing
that's
you eat
terrible,
that.
honestly, mate.
As are a lot of people in the comments. Trust me.
Why, bro?
A lot of people want to see that.
Why?
Stuart Woods, though, makes a comment here. Says 232 bets. Love for
Hey,
the love,
that's
bro.
okay,
Take
bro.
care, man.
I'm about to die.
Stuart Wood says 232 bets divided by 5 years equals about 46 bets per year. This is not an addiction. Stop making excuses and playing the mental health card. Says Stuart
Mental
Woods.
health.
How is it not an
I
addiction?
didn't say anything about mental health. I said it's an addiction and
Clearly
he
is an
needs
addiction.
help. That's all it is you can
But he's
punish
saying
him.
it's not an addition.
No,
46 a year.
233 charges.
That's
Addiction.
one at least every weekend, every match day. That's a
That's
bet.
definitely an addiction.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know
and
how.
you're dividing it by years. It might have been 30. You might even not have betted for a year. Hopefully, he's had help.
Well,
or
that's the
something,
ones
like,
we know, by the way.
I was going to say,
This is
yeah.
until he got caught.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure there's probably
probably
unfortunately
another
more.
two,
So
three
yeah,
more.
yeah,
No one
yeah,
knew
it's
about.
definitely an
You know what I
addiction.
mean? Bear no accounts on that.
It is an addiction, says John. That's how many he got caught for, says Assad. AGT actually said it's a mental health issue. Well, yeah, it is. Again, if it's a go-to kind of in your head a solution, then you know he obviously does need help, and I'm hoping for his sake that when he gets this fine, if someone hasn't reached out to him to offer that mental support as well, then I hope they have, because he needs it clearly. You know, he's got a very big responsibility playing in the Premier League now, and he's got to try and hope that he can get back to it. And that's why you've seen Brentford winning today without him. I mean, what happens if he can't get himself back in the team in January?
He won't be playing until February. So.
Well, there you go.
At least, yeah.
Matisse can hold that chili for being a closet City fan all year, says Danielle.
This is wild, you know.
Honestly, mate, it's so bad there, now.
Bro,
so,
what
so
Matisse
bad.
is going to have to
I'm
eat
not gonna
those
eat it now.
chilies.
I'm not gonna eat it now.
Matty has already had them. We have got a clip though of Matisse eating chilies in the past, and this might be a little taster of what's to come.
999, yeah. Don't forget. Oh my.
Oh, that is gonna burn. Fair play, though.
What's the date today?
Today's the
Bro, that is fully 2
Seven.
days out.
2 days out, Lee.
2 days out.
Are you trying to kill me?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
No, come on.
oh, imagine if it's like lumpy.
What were the lumps saying?
He's downed it as well.
They had no intensity. They couldn't be bothered to go and press. You just had so much space. I'm still angry, and yeah, I mean, second half again, like we were good. And as soon as he took Royale off,
Yeah, literally everything changed.
Like Mbappe that is banging goals that are quality goals.
Well, that was
the
not
one
good, was
chili
it,
challenge.
Matisse?
I've had one of them. Even me, I'm a soldier, but trust me, that thing ain't easy. It ain't for the faint hearted.
Well, that's what we could see.
So you're telling me I'm going to do this on the Big Six show, and the whole show I'm going to be finished.
The whole night you're
whole
finished.
night.
Whole night?
The
Shit,
whole
you shit
night
the bed and
you're
everything.
finished. You won't be.
some
You'll go
nappies
sleep,
for
but
that
you'll
one,
wake
bro.
up at
Get
some
some
point during the night
Pampers
to
and
go
that.
toilet.
Other brands available, of course.
The next day, your
Bad,
entire intestine system will be flushed out.
There must be something.
It's cleansing.
Yeah!
There must be another one.
Come on! Cody Gakpo. Come on! Vamos!
Well, can I say this, right?
Yes! Go for Liverpool.
Let me say this to everybody that will be watching that show. I will do it, but I will be there the whole time. And I will leave my camera on. And you will hear me throw up. And I will punish you all. Yeah? I'm going to get the bucket. I'm going to have the milk. I'm going to throw up, right, like, everything. You're getting it all.
I would do that as well.
Yeah, I'm not eating this and then going off into the corner.
Let's have a look at this Liverpool goal.
You're going to witness. I'm not going and eating this and then going off into the bathroom.
You should post 5 Instagram stories in a
Trent
row.
with the corner.
Just different angles of the vomit.
Facts. I might even set up a camera in the bathroom, so like,
you don't need to know
angles.
about cameras in your bathrooms at this point, mate. It's pretty disgusting, but we'll see what happens when you eat it, and we'll all have a laugh. Right, Cody Gakpo, 55 minutes, has scored an equaliser for Liverpool as they look to win this game and try, if anything, to get into the top 4 finally. But it's a great start to the second half for the Reds. Don't forget, Bobby Firmino will be wearing these boots and he's coming on shortly, I reckon about 61 minutes. It's 55 minutes in, so we'll see what happens there. But Trent with the ball in, Luis Diaz heads it back, Konate off the line, and Gakpo finds the back of the net. Scrappy goal.
Poor defending.
Really scrappy goal, poor defending, but Cody Gakpo will love that one in front of the cop and he's buzzing. It's a brilliant goal for Liverpool. First 10 minutes of the second half. Get in there. Let's go on. Oh no.
Video review at Anfield. Oh yes, let's have a look at this. Referees on the pitch going to the monitor.
Let's have a look.
Oh, they're all offside. Oh, he's not. He was the only one onside.
Yeah, that's a goal then.
He was the only one onside, yeah.
They're going to check it, but I think it should be a goal.
He was the only
according
one.
to Fuad.
Don't need VAR, mate.
But then it comes off him again.
Van
is that a
Dijk
handball
was
on the
offside,
line
though. I will say that. Luis Diaz
But
wasn't.
didn't the ball come back into play? Oh dear. Very tense. LJ Brown with the super chat says...
I think it's going to be alright, isn't it?
I hope you might have filled up the DR Sports toilets with toilet paper. Matisse is going to wild in the bog. Matisse in the bog. Hashtag.
Ruled out! The goal has been ruled out. Liverpool 0, Aston Villa 1. Cody Gakpo offside.
Wow.
Harsh that, I think. That looks it.
Football. What a sport.
Really?
What a day. What a day.
I thought they said it would be very, very harsh to disallow that.
Yeah.
And it's been disallowed.
There it is.
Right. So they're saying Van Dijk's offside, are they?
Yeah.
Thank you, Benjamin. He says, Matt, eat plenty of
Was that
banana.
not a handball in the line
banana
from
beforehand.
Tyrone Mings, by the way?
Potassium is good for the exit strategy.
That's actually a good shout.
Is it?
That's true.
Yeah?
Banana is good for you.
Yeah?
Potassium.
Magnesium
Yeah.
and potassium.
I'm gonna.
Oh, this is horrible, man.
I'm gonna eat bare banana.
Virgil, man.
Banana milkshakes, bro. Banana bread.
Yeah.
The lot.
I'm gonna have to do a madness.
Banana flakes.
Why? Banana brown flakes.
Ah!
Does it?
Banana Weetabix.
Is that real?
Damn!
Bananas flavoured McDonald's
Get a Weetabix
milkshake.
with banana in. They're quite nice.
But it's offside and Liverpool are still 1-0 down. We're still looking at Molineux right now. It's 1-0 still to Wolves. 1-0 at Craven Cottage between Fulham and Crystal Palace. Bournemouth 0, Manchester United 1.
Lots of people in the comments giving you some sticking on Liverpool. Hold that. AGT,
Yep,
Liverpool,
no
Van
worries.
Dijk the clown. Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Heard that
fuck's
one
sake.
before.
Yeah. Got lots, yeah.
Thank you for your comments.
What
Yeah,
happened to
Benjamin
Virgil?
Russ giving Matisse that dietary advice before he eats his what is it called, the one chip challenge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd like to be there for when you do it, actually. Just actually maybe not the smell.
Even
but yeah,
even when it
looking
gets
forward
on your
to seeing that.
skin and everything, it's horrible. It just lingers.
Next weekend.
Jesse Lingard. Van Disney says Francis. Chance here for Villa.
Oh.
And Liverpool under the cosh there as well.
Kosh
Goal
Frimnho.
in La Liga. Who's it gone to, Matty?
Celta Vigo 1-1 at Athletic Bilbao.
Great name that. Jürgen Strand Larsen. 50 minutes gets the goal. Yeah, I'd say so. But yeah, Liverpool looking a little bit pressurised here at home to Aston Villa. What do you make of the new kit? There's been a goal at Craven Cottage. Is it who we expect it is that's been the goal scorer here?
It is. It's that man. It's Mitro. He's on fire.
3-2.
Back again. Back again, Mitrovic. The band's over. The goals are back. Fulham are in the lead. 2-1 against Palace.
Yeah, we're going to show you, we won't show you the goal, but we'll give you our thoughts on the goal as soon as we see it. But it's Mitrovic again, 3-2 since he's come back. Where would Fulham be if he wasn't banned?
Well, that's a very good point, actually. What, the 10th at the minute? So
8th, I think.
Could be pushing, like they would have been pushing without him. But will he still be there next season? Will Mitrovic have some big suitors coming from?
I think it will stay.
Teams that maybe Ivan Toney could now maybe Ivan Mitrovic, yeah. Both of them together, you know.
Yeah, and
Mitrovic plays the first 6 months, Toney plays the last 6 months.
Little double deal. Do you think he's now fully silenced the critics in terms of people doubting that he could not play in the Premier League?
Oh,
absolutely, yeah.
That was sorted a long time ago for him.
Do Newcastle fans regret not making the most out of him?
Yeah, I think
and Ivan Toney.
I think he was.
Actually, yeah, you had both.
Tony was
young though. He was a baby.
When he was 17, 18. But Mitrovic, it's a great bullet header by Mitrovic as well for the goal. But Mitrovic should have been given more time at Newcastle. I think he was one of those ones that fell to the wayside because of relegation. And he was very young when he was at us. We give him, he was like our number 9.
Because he did have a year or two where he was kind of decent for you guys, wasn't he?
And we still love him up here because he really got involved with the club. The city knew what it was, the connection. He scored against Sunderland in the derby. He loved it up here. I'd take him back, me. I'd have him back this summer.
Yeah,
especially with European football.
I think that's one club I was like, if there's one club I think he should maybe go to is actually Mitro.
Because you're there, Wilson, Isak, happy being.
Absolutely.
So I think
and I think one thing Isak's shown this season is he can play out wide. He's got the feet and the technical ability, and
because we need a striker this summer. We need a striker. Wilson gets injured. We've got no other recognised striker. So.
Well, Isaac can play there, can't he?
Yeah, but Harry Kane, 150?
150? Maybe 120.
30?
Settle on 130, yeah.
That probably would be your best person.
I'll take
team
that.
to sell to, isn't it?
130.
Loads of people in the chat are saying it.
Or I'll take 100 plus Botman.
Oh, you're not getting Botman, man. Botman doesn't want to step down, man.
Two birds on stone, you know.
Finally,
you can have Jamal Lascelles, man.
Get me as a director of football, trust me. I can make some deals like it.
Jamal Lascelles, yeah, you can have Jamal Lascelles.
No.
Apparently this offside could cost them a Champions League spot. They got that wrong, apparently, according to the guys at Final Score. But Liverpool furious with that decision. Can they turn it around? With not long left to go now, we're looking at around 25 minutes here. And will Bobby Firmino come on as well?
61 minutes, where
Fulham, coming back from being behind at home to Crystal Palace. Everton still 1-0 down. We know that Calvert-Lewin went off. I mean, if they do not win this one, and they have their final home game of the season at home, but Everton, we mentioned it earlier about teams that could potentially go down. You said you wouldn't mind it. It would be good for them in a way.
Yeah.
If they lose this one, and it all rests on that final day again, just like it did last season. Also, Athletic Bilbao now 2-1 up at home to Celta Vigo.
That's what I mean. Everton are going to continue to find themselves in this position every season under this ownership. You may as well just get it out of the way. Honestly, last season, fighting it last day. This season, fighting it last day. It's going to continue to happen because you've got no investment. So you may as well just get it out of the way. I'm telling you, hit the refresh button, restart. You'll do better for it. Trust us.
Spurs should sign Maguire, Kane and Maguire, the slabhead duo, says Anthony to 1999.
Maguire, Spurs, I can see that, like.
That VAR call has not cost you the Champions League, says Joshua. No, if Daichi keeps them up, he can make them a top half side again, says Erhan. Talking about Everton there.
I don't think so. Reset.
How many games do Liverpool have after this? One more?
Yeah,
one more.
Come on, let's not play the cost of the Champions League card. We all know.
No, I'm just saying that's what they said.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying,
I said he said that could cost them.
They need to drop points in 2 games so you guys have a chance.
Yeah, and that's why, again, I said for weeks, I don't think it's going to happen. Alex Mourinho looks like he's taken a knock on the hamstring. AGT thoughts on Luis Diaz being better than Martinelli.
He has Diego Jota, but still no sign of Bobby.
Still no sign of Bobby. Is still there on the bench alongside Millie as well. Curtis Jones coming off for Liverpool here, and Jota going up top. 64 minutes-ish gone.
Can I add as well, you see this Conference League final? What is with that allocation?
Yeah.
4,000.
The size of the stadium is ridiculous. Like, if they want to
20k the stadium in Prague.
Yeah, and it's like
That's not big
it's
enough
like,
for a final.
what,
Big enough for a
6k
final.
per fan base or something.
I heard
like that?
5.
5?
Five,
If they
4,
want,
5.
If they want this
West Ham.
competition to be prestige, like if they want to put ratings,
Let the fans in.
they need to first of all get a bigger stadium than that.
Yeah.
Because
What
West Ham
stadium
got
is it in?
massive- It's in
The Pushkash
it's in
Stadium.
Prague?
The Pushkash
Hey,
Stadium.
West Ham could fill that by
Oh,
themselves,
that's
let
where it
alone
is.
Florentino.
Sorry.
But Florentino
It's in
are
Prague.
big enough club. Like they could,
I'm
West
getting
Ham could fill that
confused
stadium by
Europa.
themselves. Their first European final, I think.
Yeah.
And
100% they could.
listen, I just think it's ridiculous. I don't know what-
Great trip away for West Ham fans.
Yeah,
man.
but it's
Prague,
not enough,
class.
man.
But
I want to see
if
a
you've only got a few
60k
thousand
seater.
to the stadium, that's
Yeah, man,
that
60k
wide,
seater, man.
Prague,
I want to
that
see
wide.
West Ham fans out there.
Do you know what? UEFA make awful
It's a
decisions
mess.
when it
Like,
comes
why?
to finals.
Well, you could make more money. Like that's literally what UEFA are all about, right? Making more money. So why would they cut themselves short?
Big Vinny at Anfield there in the
So
Sure,
weird.
why?
company. Just eyeing up the opposition for next season.
Local, innit? Not too far.
Eyeing up the opposition.
Maybe get a player
Premier
on
League
loan.
bound.
Speaking of Man City, Vince and company's former club, we saw them absolutely ruin Real Madrid the other night. It was their worst score in the Champions League, their worst defeat since Liverpool beat them 4-0 at Anfield in 2009. The Man City treble versus the United treble. That is the next question for the table. An early shout there from Matisse, but let us know what you think at home. Which one is it?
I was only 2 years old when I saw Man United.
With Matisse's, I mean, obviously, don't use recency bias. You've got to consider what they did in '99. But to beat Real Madrid like they did, to give them a chance to even more of a chance, it probably went from 75% to 90% of them now winning the Champions League. How good is this team? Or, as I read in the newspaper today, is it built on years of cheating? I read that in the newspaper.
The reason why I go with City is
Not me,
because
it's not my quote.
Was it?
the reason why I go with City is because I didn't see United's in person. Obviously, I was only 2 years old. But when I saw United's points tally in the league, I was like, rah. I think it was like 81 points in the league. City about to do 90
did
plus.
the job, man.
Yeah, did the job. But
This new 90 plus
90 points. Listen,
nah, man, this is all
they're
recent,
killing it, man. Yeah, but listen, you know what I mean? That Man United team, 81 points, I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, City have gone and blown that out of the water. I'm looking at it now. Man United finished, 79 points, Man United, in 38 games, 43 plus goal difference, but 79 points. They won the title by a by a point to Arsenal, 78 points. We finished third. But yeah, Man City about to do 90 and potentially the FA Cup on Man United's head tops, which is even more of another reason, and the Real Madrid spanking. So I has to be City, surely. It has to be City.
I think it's got to be City for me. I think every competition's a lot harder now than it used to be. Man U only had to beat Newcastle in that FA Cup final in '99, so that was easy for them. And then the Champions League and stuff. For me, it's got to be Man City. The way they've demolished Real Madrid, the way they've come back against Arsenal this season, I'd give it a City.
And the fact that they could beat United in the FA Cup final was all for it. So, I mean, you've got to do it at the end of the day. Still games to play, still a job to finish, if you like. But a treble's a treble, man. It's hard to differentiate the two. But yeah, I think I'd have to lean to City.
71% agree. 71% leaning towards Man City is the best treble over Man United.
Did they play well in that
And
final?
there's no shame in that, though. Like, the amount of money City have spent.
Great, did they?
Teddy Sheringham in that last...
Yeah, it wasn't a great performance.
The final.
Yeah,
they were getting schooled by Bayern. Bayern should have been gone and out of sight in that final, man.
Yeah. So...
Well, in the comments, we've got a bit of both. Recency bias, says HYS Football. Man United run for the treble was more difficult, but we had banned players in the final. Bayern were a better team, arguably, at the time, though, says Black Jesus.
Yeah, Bayern got to 2 finals in 3 years, I think, around that time.
Yeah,
they lost the other one to Madrid. I believe. Yeah.
If you say City, it's recency bias. If you say United, it's nostalgia.
You can't win either.
So you can't win, really, can you?
Win.
By the way, they haven't won it yet either. So
yeah, that was also
that's what I was saying. You still got trophies to win. Still got to do it. Yeah,
and I think
in the bag,
with United having it in their hands as well to stop them, then they could also have the argument of, well, you tried to get the treble, but it was us that stopped you.
Yeah.
So then that would
that's a big thing for them. They need to do
end up being a massive shout out to them as well if they can stop them.
All Man United, by the way, at the Vitality pushing to seal the deal. nearly scored a second there through Bruno Fernandes, but still only 1-0 against Bournemouth.
We've also got team news in from Nottingham Forest. In goal, it's Keylor Navas, Worrell, Felipe, Niakate at the back. Lodi and Aurier are the wing-backs for the home team, with Yates and Mangala in the midfield. Danilo, Morgan Gibbs-White and Awoniyi up top for the home team. And Arsenal, Ramsdale, freshly signed up, new contract Ramsdale.
Fresh on.
Benny Blanco, Kiwior, Gabriel and Xhaka at left-back today, people. Partey, Jorginho, Odegaard in the midfield with Trossard, Jesus and Saka up front for Arsenal. Kieran Tierney on the bench. Maybe he's saving himself for that Newcastle move. We're hearing that might be on the cards. Eddie Nketiah, Smith Rowe all on the bench. Vieira too. Xhaka at left back. Interested to see how he gets on there today. That is at 5:30 after this show. You can go and watch that. Hoffenheim, Union Berlin. There's been a late goal in that one in the Bundesliga. Who's it gone to?
Union Berlin pulled one back in the 95th minute. Probably too late, I'd imagine. But a cracking game in the Bundesliga. Absolutely. A few goals there.
Just over 20 minutes to go at Anfield on what is Bobby Firmino's last game for the club. Will he even come on? He hasn't seen any game time yet. As we know, Jurgen Klopp in the stands, not allowed to be on the touchline for, I think it's one game this season, and then at the start of next season will be the second one. Trent playing in the midfield.
Is it home games on?
Sorry?
Is it home games only?
No, he's just, it's weird, right? So he's getting banned today, and not the last game of the season, which is away for some reason.
Who's that?
Klopp. And then he'll serve the rest of his ban at the start of next season. He'll probably be away. So how
does that make sense?
I don't know why you wouldn't just do 2 if it's a 2-match ban. It's
get over
a suspended ban. Yeah. You know these bans, there's always suspensions.
Speak on FA, man.
I've never heard of that before in my life.
That is
What's it? Just the Anfield games you can't go to.
What's going to do? Pre-season friendly at Anfield or something? I mean,
there you go. Can't tell you why, but there you go.
No, so there's no reason for that. It's just
I mean, again, with these bans and stuff, they try and suspend them or find little loopholes in a way to make sure he can be around for 1 or 2 and then do it. I don't know. We weren't in the room when it happened.
Klopp, I'd just resign in the summer.
Right. City are literally being investigated, mate, says Zoe with the super chat. Arteta has lost it with that lineup.
What did you say? Xhaka at left back, yeah?
Kisp. Saka at left back.
Or
yes.
Saka?
Sorry, Xhaka.
Oh, Granit. I was going to say. Okay, so what? He heard what?
Xhaka at left back. Jorginho
he wants to leave, and then he said, "All right, go and do some hard yards for me."
Yeah.
Since you're
do a little job out on the left back, will you?
And Tierney wants to leave, so he's not giving him a game.
Yeah, give your centre back.
I mean, if you're Tierney, how are you feeling seeing Xhaka at left back?
I think he's sound because he wants to go. He's going to go, so he's sweet.
Well, he's probably been an ultimate professional. I don't really understand.
I
don't really understand that. Like, he's probably been an ultimate professional. I haven't heard any about Tierney kicking.
He's had a really good game against Newcastle as well. It seems in his part.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't understand that move.
Another goal there for Hoffenheim. Now 4-2 up at home to Union Berlin. Munas Dabur in the 99th minute has scored there. 99th. It will be a back 3, says Martin AFC. Quick predictions for Arsenal tonight. Are they going to get on against Forest away? They've actually traditionally really struggled in this fixture.
Yeah, I think now that the pressure's off, I think we'll get the win. We'll go 3-1 Arsenal.
I'll go 2-1 Arsenal. Matisse?
I'll go 2-1 Arsenal as well.
2-0.
2-0 Arsenal?
Yeah.
We are seeing Bobby Firmino come onto the pitch with James Milner wearing the boots that I have right here in my hand. Mwah. Go and do your business, Bobby. Try and get us an equaliser, maybe even a winner. We need it. 20 minutes to go, 1-0 down. Bobby's on for Luis Diaz. Milner's on as well, and Kostas Tsimikas. Can Liverpool turn it around? They'll be gutted to have seen that equaliser ruled out. But Bobby Firmino, I can imagine the noise inside that stadium right now for him running on the pitch is incredible. What a man, what a legend. And I can't even believe that he will be leaving alongside James Milner. All the signs, thank you Millie, thanks for the memories. Standing ovation from everyone in the ground for these legends at Liverpool Football Club. 109 goals, 361 appearances, 79 assists, and that's just Bobby. And now we pay respects to Milner as well.
Milner's
What
an
a player.
absolute legend, by the way. Premier League goat, like absolute legend.
I would say maybe the
Hall
best
of Fame,
free signing of all time.
Yeah.
Us buying him.
Just how long he's been going. The club's
Going for
represented.
ages, man. He was with the Gareth Barry bunch.
He was playing for Newcastle in the Champions League 20 years ago, man.
Yeah.
20
Leeds,
years ago.
Leeds he was at.
Yeah.
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
He played
Man City.
against Lee Clark and now plays with Lee Clark's son.
Yeah, he's a good player now, Bobby Clark.
Yeah, Bobby
He's
Clark.
a good player. You signed him from us, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Gakpo with the cross in, but Bobby with his first touch finds Gakpo.
He's bound to score, isn't he?
Chance here for Trent. Oh,
poor
had
shot,
to do
man.
better there, Trent. He's got to put your laces through
poor
that.
shot.
He's put his side through it. Time really running out now for Liverpool. Time running out as well for Everton. Still 1-0 down away at Wolves. Can they find something to come away with to give them hope going into the final game of the season? Crystal Palace still losing away. It's the Roy Hodgson derby, that one, really, isn't it? Forgot to mention that so far. And Man United hanging on right now. 1-0 away at Bournemouth, as we know. Justice Chad saying Anfield, bye Champions League, and F Manchester United. All their wins for nothing, saying Dejatsu. It's 2-1 to Fulham, change the score. We should update that.
Yeah.
Apologies. Arsenal will win 4-2, says Kevy Kev. AGT, that shirt is hideous, says Abhinav. Well, thanks you for your fashion advice there, my friend. Very nice. Cheers.
Sol Campbell is the best free transfer ever, says CK.
He's definitely in the top 5, 100%. But for me, Milner won every trophy for free. 8 years of service. I don't think Campbell was at Arsenal for 8 years, was he?
Not sure.
No, I don't know. Wow.
I think the time that he spent there has to count for something as well. I kind of like ATG shirt, says Scott. No, that shirt is fire, AGT, bro. I like the shirt. See, this is definitely outweighing it. So how about
for every
that?
hater,
Sausage. Hold that one.
For every hater, there's always 10.
There's always 10 nice guys. Yeah, for sure. Shout out. It's a nice Hawaii shirt, AGT. Yeah, big up to you, says Tefalim as well. Best treble.
I mean, it's sunny outside.
Yeah,
so
of course it is.
Summer vibes.
If we don't win this game. Best treble, if City do it, in brackets, we should say, as Matty said, they haven't actually done it yet, have they? Yeah. But it would be Man City 65% to United 35%. As well. So there's your votes. 615 of them came in. Remember, like the video as I've just done myself just there. You can do it as well, fella.
I might already done it. No, I didn't.
No, you haven't liked it. Let's get the likes up as well if you haven't watched or if you haven't liked this one already. Please do so. Liverpool still pushing for a very inspired equaliser to hopefully take them into a win.
Best pool of the day. Best pool of the day, this one.
AGT shirt. Hideous or is it?
Unreal. I'm going to be nice. I'll give you an unreal.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, let me get my vote in there.
59%.
What was your vote?
Unreal, of course.
Oh, thank you.
I'll give you a chance at least.
What's your thoughts on it?
Not me in it.
I think I forgot how you disrespected my half and half shirt.
Half and half? What did I say about that? Getting serious, yeah. No, what's going on? Right.
Unreal.
Big up. Thanks for the poll. No real need for that, but big up to
61% rating hideous so far.
Damn.
Is hideous really an appropriate word? Is that the two extremes? It's okay and not for me. Could have been the answer. Unreal. Hideous. Jesus. Can't win in life around here, can you?
We're seeing here as well that if it finishes as hideous, you have to do the rest of the show shirtless.
No, there's no way.
Oh, go on then.
No way.
You have to take it off if it finishes above 60%. So.
Oh, yeah, sure. Celtic have scored at home. They've got an equaliser against
Callum
McGregor.
Yeah.
81 minutes. Is that winner coming?
They'll still win 5-2 or something.
De Gea with a big save in the game down at the Vitality, keeping them in it. Another save with his legs, apparently. We're also seeing in the comments, what a save from HYS. Look forward to seeing that one later. Shirtless if Liverpool can turn it around. That shirt is a democracy manifest, says Wormlet. Big up to you. Loserpool and Asana, the biggest bottlers in the world. Respect bottlers, says UK Decipher. What about Tottenham today at home? Well, could lose at home myself. Emi Martinez wasting time here, getting a yellow card at Anfield for the time wasting.
Not the only ones that do it.
Sorry?
Not the only ones that do it, you know.
Yeah, you guys love it as well. Hey AGT, Carlito from WWE called. He wants his shirt back.
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be
Carlito
called.
is. I know Carlito's way.
Miami base vibes. Like,
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe
You know
even
what
like
cool is?
what's that film? Ace Ventura.
Oh, it is that when you
Jim Carrey.
Yes.
One
of my favourite
Expressions does call me the Scouse Jim Carrey, so he'd love this one. That shirt belongs in Benidorm. Listen, relax yourself. Yeah,
That I can hear. I can't lie. Still I can hear that one still.
No, listen.
Yeah, Tiki Beach, innit?
Innit?
Beach vibes, you know what I mean? 4 corners for a tenner.
That shirt is early 90s drug dealer look. How many looks can it give off in one? No, it is what it is.
It's a versatile shirt.
The shirt's multifaceted.
Yeah.
Ace Ventura was filmed in Miami. I'm actually going to Miami in a few weeks. I might wear this.
Yeah, you may as well.
I'll get mistaked for Jim Carrey. Great song that. Yeah, of course. Scarface also in Miami. Right, around 10 minutes to go. Just over 10 minutes at Anfield, but in the other games it's just under 10 minutes to go. Will there be any changes? Liverpool searching for a win. Can they find something late on? Jota looked offside to me, cuts inside, and again doesn't really drop for Liverpool.
You're going to have a chance because Villa are just sitting back, allowing you to have the ball.
Yeah, but
so there will be one chance.
And they've just got a free kick as well. It's poor from Fabinho.
Clever by Louise.
Or Aston Villa could hit them on the break.
That is, isn't it? Yeah. But Aston Villa, again, they've deserved it, I have to say, so far. Alex looking like an NPC in Vice City, GTA Vice City shirt, Tony Montana shirt. It's not loud enough. In Hawaii, nobody wears that shirt. I'm not there though, am I? That shirt is AGT Vice City, says Chris. You know what I mean?
Wish the studio was in Miami, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Far from it, my friend.
Yeah,
far from it,
the
my friend.
absolute border opposite.
Do you think one day we'll be able to do this show outside?
It would be nice.
It would be lovely, especially
sun.
on desert day.
Can you imagine?
I don't know about these cameras though. Can we put them outside around here?
I don't know.
No.
I was just looking
Will
at the
we get
CBS coverage. Unbelievable. Look at that outside. The CBS right now is just everybody's just like, oh my god, it's unbelievable. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Are we starving over here? Is that what
DRS.
Yeah, the DRS.
What did you make of?
I like that. Yeah. I like
What
that.
did you make of Patrice Evra's surprise appearance on there? Did you see that?
Goal at Fulham, Palace have
right.
equalised.
Oh my God,
2-2
Joel Ward.
prediction is
Joel
looking
Ward.
spot on.
Joel Ward, great
Yep.
game. Yeah, we said there would be goals in that game.
Yeah,
Didn't
2-2 as well, called it. Yeah.
Listen, Patrice Evra's he's his own type of comedy. I think. It's his own
Weird.
type of humor. I definitely like to think
it is weird. It is weird, if
It's
I'm honest.
put it over here.
It is weird.
In a nice little gift basket. But I think for me, Henry, Richards, and Carragher, and Katie, I think they got their own thing going on.
Kate
there.
smashes it as well. Man like
Fuad,
Hawaii,
you're
Ricky
right.
Gervais says Ashwell. That's good to know.
Harvey Elliott coming on.
Yep.
Tweets. We see you, brother.
What's that?
On the TL. He's a fan of CBS's coverage. That's for sure. Yeah. That's why I brought it up.
Big fan. Big fan. I sense some sarcasm.
No.
No.
Genuine
No.
presenter, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you love Kate Abdo, innit? Like,
Don't we all?
love her. As a presenter, she's very good. Yeah.
There was a Thierry
Exactly,
Henry
job.
comp that went out.
Very
And it
good.
wasn't even him playing. It was ridiculous.
Salah.
I'm put the comp together.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's 2-2 at Palace or at Fulham. Joel Ward with the finish. 83 minutes. He probably won't be around next season for Palace. He's been there for so long now.
Crown Paints.
Crown Paints, an
Bit of
iconic
vintage.
sponsor in the 80s. Yeah,
See there?
AGT shirt. The results are in. 61% hideous, 39% unreal. I'd take that. I will take that.
We backed some.
The lad here is all 100% unreal.
You backed a big Liverpool win today, mate, didn't you? What was it, 3-1?
3-1, I said.
Yeah, still
That's right
tight.
on the one.
But you're right on one, yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool really choking, not going to lie, says Mr. X. T-shirts as bad as Rory's take on Haaland. Don't ask Fuad about his Kate Abdo tweet, says Varexe.
What did he say?
Don't ask Fuad about his Kate Abdo tweets.
Oh, no. Yeah, don't.
Yeah, don't. We won't. AGT, Xhaka isn't playing left back. It's Kyrgios and Partey as the fullbacks. That's even more interesting, I think. Joshua, if AGT's shirt design was someone's away kit, I would wear it. Cheers, mate. Big up. A man with confidence makes the shirt, not the other way around. You do you, Alex. Big up to a man like Toby Larone. And LJ Brown with the super chat. Fuad has a crush on Kate Abdo. Do not blame him. And Fuad is monitoring the situation, from what we're hearing. This might be Liverpool's last chance at the top 4 for the next 10 years.
Wow. That's a big
I'm
shout,
not sure about that, Mozart.
Big
I'm
shout.
not sure about that. There's another
10 years?
Hey, Naby neglected, huh?
Naby and
Where's Naby's
Artemello.
testimonial?
Not getting him on,
Naby's
mate.
sign off. Where's the
Ox neglected, huh?
Where's the posters for Ox? Where's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's boots? Eh? Do we not get sent in?
Nah,
Aw.
you're out of order.
All that Bobby PR.
Not get there. Taking the piss.
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
It's not looking good though for Liverpool right now, mate. I can't. It's
not looking good, bruh.
Need a
Running out of
Bournemouth goal.
time.
We need something. Need something to happen, man.
Yeah.
Need something to happen.
Bournemouth hanging in there.
Fuad is mid, says Cave Dragon.
Damn.
AGT, you're looking good, bruv. Much respect to you, brother, says Dr. Strange. Strange shirt, though, according to you guys in the comments.
Well, hideous.
Hideous. So not really strange, even worse. Cheers for reminding me as well, mate. Big up. Let's have a look at the games tomorrow. West Ham at home to Leeds.
Oh, big.
Big game. Any predictions for that one there?
I'm going to go for a Leeds win.
Yeah.
Big shout. Maybe even a draw, but I'll go 2-1 Leeds. West Ham surely fully focused on that trip to Prague now.
And they're safe.
They've obviously only just played, and yeah, I think they'll start resting players. Leeds, Aldice against his former club. Do one on them. Keep Leeds up. There you go, that's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
If they're going to survive, I think it's a big opportunity, isn't it? And you look at their last 2 fixtures, I think I've underplayed their chances.
Yeah,
Leeds. They've actually got West Ham, who are sandwiched between commitments and for Europa, and also Tottenham, who are hopeless. So they might have a great escape on their hands if they can.
Big
do
sound, man.
business. Yeah.
Prediction?
What he does.
Matisse, score prediction?
I think 2-2.
2-2.
2-2 now.
I'll go West Ham 3-2.
2-2. I'll go
2-2.
2-2 as well, yeah.
Brighton plays Southampton. The latter already down. Brighton still got games in hand to make a late push for some European spots. Nothing more than a Brighton win here. Realistically, it's going to be 3-0.
Yeah, I was going to say 3-0 as well, actually. I think it'd be comfortable.
Go 4-0.
Bit of a reaction after the defeat at St James's.
I'm going to go 4-0. McAllister will be back. Yeah.
Potentially McAllister's last home game for Brighton.
Yeah.
Southampton long gone, 3-0
Caicedo
myself. And then tomorrow at 4 o'clock, we will be back on here. I'm presenting Manchester City versus Chelsea. We'll have Kennedy in the studio. We'll have Tom as well. Big game that for City. Can they really start pulling away from Arsenal? And if they win this one, I think it's the league wrapped up, is it, if they win that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be 5 out of 6 for City if they win. But make sure you're here tomorrow night.
If Forest beat Arsenal,
Yeah.
is it not as well?
Yeah, I think that's the case. Also Monday night, Newcastle Leicester City.
Oh,
playing
yes.
Thursday and Monday.
And
Thoughts on
we obviously, if Newcastle win that Champions League's confirmed, but as it stands, it's confirmed in 5 minutes' time if Liverpool don't win at Anfield. So that'll be it done, mate. That'll be it done. That's why I'm celebrating. You know what I mean?
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, well. So yeah, but Monday night against Leicester.
Do Liverpool have to win this, or is it a draw and it's
win.
still?
A draw would still carry on. Newcastle would still have to beat Leicester on Monday
Yeah.
to complete the end. So we needed a Villa win today. I should clarify. Villa win is what we needed,
And you're done.
and that's Champions League confirmed for Newcastle.
Nice.
And they're bringing on Dendonka here and Duran.
So it's nice to go to that game on Monday night if that's the case. But either way, I think you've got to fancy us to beat Leicester. I think they're useless, aren't they?
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier. Surprisingly useless with the players they've got at their disposal, not turning up. I think they're down
Full
already.
time at Bournemouth. Manchester United have done their bit. 1-0 win. Casemiro in the lime green kit, which will never be seen again now, thank God. It's a win, and that looks like they might have just confirmed Champions League football. It'd take an absolute miracle for them not to do that now, but massive win that for Manchester United, Matty.
Yeah, especially with what's happening with Liverpool at the minute. I think that's going to be top 4 pretty much wrapped up for both sides, isn't it? Man United and Newcastle. I don't know if Man United going to 3rd after that, or
well, you're both level on points.
All difference for Newcastle's way superior, isn't it?
Yeah, you're both level on points. You both have to do the same thing. So yeah, that's top 4 for you both done.
If so,
Man United have actually got
left
two games left because they got Chelsea and then they play next weekend.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they always had
the FA Cup run.
Yeah. So you both had a game in hand over Liverpool.
Jurgen Klopp not looking happy up in the stands.
No, he knows
Currently
it's all
looking over a 1-0 defeat at home to Aston Villa. It would be the second home loss for Liverpool in the Prem this season after the Leeds game around Christmas and beaten in 11, I think. So, Jesus, this is not how Liverpool fans wanted to see out the last game at Anfield, considering there's been 7 wins in a row.
I know.
I mean, looking at this game, it's not as if in the second half Villa have really pushed on. It's kind of just been a bit of a nothing 45 minutes.
Yeah, especially I think that VAR goal killed it, but didn't it?
Yeah.
You would have came back and won if that had stood, I think. But especially for Firmino's last game and everything else that it was built up as, you just haven't threatened Martinez enough, have you?
No. Yes! Come on! Bobby Firmino! Yes!
Wow.
Get in!
Fucking had to be.
Wow! Bobby, you legend! You legend, Bobby!
As soon as you said that, that's
Yes!
That was a jinx, that one.
outrageous.
Get in!
on
And
cue.
I've got his boots. Are you mad?
On cue, that. Oh my God.
Bobby Firmino, this man, on his last game, scores. Wow.
This sport is
Get
so
his
funny.
boots all over me.
It's hilarious.
Yes! Come on!
Someone must have had a bet on that shot. Firmino to score there.
I'm
Jesus.
Tony.
Yeah, I'm
Probably.
Tony. 200.
Yes! And if only... Oh, they're going to check it.
This will be amazing, especially
looks
after
like
that
it's
celebration.
offside.
Come on, let's
Could
do
be
it.
his
Let's check it.
110th goal for Liverpool. And obviously Liverpool had that goal disallowed. That could have been the winner. Can you imagine if that was the winner?
Well, still time, mate.
Some people.
Oh, nutmeg.
So let's see
Is it
the actual
offside?
goal then. Looks like it's going to stand. Looks like it's going to stand. Come on, boys. We need something else. We need one more.
Yeah, I think it's stood. Yeah, I think it's
Bobby Firmino, right.
You still need to win.
You did say he scores today, Matisse.
Yeah,
Salah with the cross the back stick, and Bobby scores.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bobby Firmino picks the ball up, runs straight back.
10 minutes of added on time, by the way.
What?
At Liverpool.
Is
10 minutes. Come on.
Apparently so.
Let's go. Bobby Firmino crying on the pitch, basically.
Was there an injury?
Praying.
Sorry, we're gonna beat Leicester anyway on Monday night, doesn't matter.
Come on. Bobby Firmino gives a little love heart to the Kop. Love heart straight back at you. And these are the boots that he's just scored in at the Kop end with his right foot. One of 4 individual shoes right here, people.
How on earth is that 10 minutes out of time, by the way?
You're shitting yourself now, son.
Oh, we play Leicester on Monday, mate. It's in the back.
Yeah, fair enough.
It would have been nice just to celebrate it today, you know?
That's another assist for Salah as well, by the way. Outside
Man United
Trivella.
play
Look
Chelsea,
at that
so
ball.
it's very much in the back.
Fuad, what a ball.
If Man United
that
play
was.
What's that? 12 assists for the season.
12 assists for the season now. Great finish from Bobby in the air. Plays it
Liverpool
down
have to
into
win.
the ground.
They need to score
And
again.
it's a goal. We need another goal, and we've got around 9 minutes to do so.
It's so possible, though, isn't it?
Celtic have drawn at home. Matty,
Yeah.
to St Mirren.
Yeah, surprised at that one. St Mirren took the lead twice and Celtic came back twice, but
They're on the beach. Let's see how
not
many
enough,
points
but
do.
yeah, Celtics.
How many points do they
Just
play?
Fulham
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 2, Palace 2 is a full-time score as well for you.
Yeah.
That's a correct prediction for me, thank you. There's the top 4 as it stands at the minute, Alex. Newcastle 69, Man U 69, Liverpool 66.
Yeah.
Celtic finished the season with 90. Well, at the moment, not finished season. At the moment, have 92 points. Rangers in second with 79 points.
Yeah.
Third, Aberdeen with 53
Clear.
points.
Absolutely clear.
39 points clear of Aberdeen.
Goal for Firmino, it had to be him. Saying a lot of people in the comments.
Yeah,
Extra
had to be,
time
didn't it?
is until Liverpool score, says Mozan. Bloody Martinez wasting time. Obviously, it's 10 minutes.
James Milner, penalty or something to get the winning.
We'd love to see it. We'd love to see it.
That would be
Ashley
a mad
Young with the
end.
ball goes straight to Alisson.
What a
Liverpool
dummy.
can break again.
What an
He
idiot.
I think
gets
Villa
yellow
kind of
for wasting
deserve this in a
time
way
as
because
well.
Villa have just totally sat back the entire game.
What a pass that is
Alisson,
from
what a
Alisson,
pass.
by the way. One end to the other
Oh.
for Jota to get, but Liverpool breaks down. 10 minutes of added time.
You would
This
back
is
Liverpool to
10
score in
minutes,
this
man. How
situation.
is it
This is
10?
unbelievable.
So much time.
Gakpo goes for goal. What a strike. It's saved by Martinez.
A long time to hold
At
on.
the near post. Oi, oi, oi. This is some game now.
You'd actually kind of be shocked if Liverpool didn't score again.
Yeah, I think
With
so.
the amount of time
It's
they have
good. I
left.
think, yeah, it's going to happen.
8.5 minutes. That's a long time.
Villa
Liverpool
are
putting the pressure
totally
on.
inviting it. Totally inviting it.
Apparently, there's just been a clearance at the near post by Buendia as well. Still not over in the Wolves and Everton game. It looks like Everton are on their way to another defeat. A bit decent end to the season, though, really, for Wolves, considering how much trouble they were in earlier on. They've had some decent performances.
I think Lopetegui's done a very good job since he's went there. You know what I mean? They're in real danger of going down. He's done a good job, because I look at Wolves' team. They've got some big injuries. They've got Diego Costa up top. You know what I mean? I think he's done a good job of what he's got at his disposal.
Yep. Hold that AGT, you bozo, you deserve Europa. The game is not over yet, my friend. All right. Everton are in trouble, says Pedro. Arsenal lineup, fellas. We've also read that out already for you. Check out the websites there for the team lineups, as we've already read them out. But Aston Villa holding on here now, under the crossbar at the Kop end. Blue skies. Still fair long time to go. A good 6 minutes, people, in this game.
Jesus Christ, man.
Still a while to go. Matty stopped jinxing it for Newcastle, says Pete Channels.
It was a massive jinx. That's going to be clipped up.
What did you actually say just before he scored?
I think it was just like that they're not threatening enough.
You said
posed much of a threat,
especially on like Firmino's last game. It's not the way Liverpool would have wanted it to go. And then bang, Bobby scores.
Big Bobby. Wearing these bad boys.
Liverpool TikTok or something like that. You know?
Yeah, it will be. Gakpo bleeding from his chest. That was the kick from the first half that he got from Mings. Emi Martinez, who's already been booked for wasting time, as has Ashley Young, will waste time again here and risk the red card. Do you think they add 10 minutes if Firmino doesn't score, says Jamie? Obviously, if there's 10 minutes to be added on, there's 10 minutes to be added on. It's not down to Firmino. A trophy is a trophy, says Zypher. That's true. Come on, Villa, says Jeremy G. I mean, there's nowhere else to look really at the minute. You've got to just keep your eyes on this game as it goes right down to the wire. Will Milner get a free kick? He will. Brilliant from James Milner against Jacob Ramsey. Knows what he needs to do and goes down and gets the foul. Come on, Liverpool, please, man. Everton have scored!
Wow.
Everton have scored! Yerry Mina!
Wow.
How big is that?
Whoa, I'll tell you how big it is.
How big is that, Matisse?
Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Everton currently
season
33 points after that goal. 33 points. That takes them 2 points clear of Leeds. Obviously, Leeds have a game in hand. They've played 37, so they really need something. Now Leeds need to win instead of draw.
Mario!
And the goal difference, is really close, can I say? Everton have got a goal difference of -24. Leeds have got a goal difference of -25. So they really needed that goal to make sure that Leeds need to win instead of draw.
That could be the point that keeps them up now, Everton.
Leeds against West Ham tomorrow just got even bigger.
Yeah,
that's the goal that actually changes the goal difference. They were level on goal difference. And they would have been maybe.
Yeah, so there's 9 minutes at a time at the Molineux as well.
So
9 minutes
at a time, all
approaching 100 minutes now at Molineux. Unbelievable scenes here.
Leeds
in the
obviously
Premier League
play West Ham
in the 37th match day of the season. Can you believe it? Is there even later drama to come at Anfield? We're in the 97th minute now. There's around 3 minutes to go at Anfield. What will happen? Who is going to nick it, if anyone? Konza on a yellow card as well now. 5 yellow cards today for Aston Villa in this one. Wow, it's going to go right down to the wire, people, this one.
Relegation
Don't know what to tell you until these games finish. It's still going at Molineux as well. Is there even time for Everton to nick it really late on?
If they nick it, they're almost there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They're almost there. They'll be on 35 points. They go above Forest. And they'll be 4 points clear of Leeds. We've got 2 games to go. So they wouldn't be completely out of it, but almost.
Salah trying everything he can now for Liverpool. Crossed it.
Final whistle's gone at that Wolves Everton.
Whistle,
game over.
Final whistle has gone at the Molineux. Unbelievable for Everton to nick a point right at the death there.
Going to the final day, it could be between 4 teams on the final day.
Yeah. Wow. It's going to go right down to the wire in the relegation.
Got a little survival Sunday.
Especially if Leeds can find something tomorrow. Leicester most likely are in trouble against you, Matty. Unless you're feeling charitable.
I'm not anymore. Not after Bobby Firmino
Maybe
did
after
that.
Bobby. Maybe if Bobby didn't get involved.
If Bobby didn't get involved, it was a done deal. Sound less, I can do what they want.
You effectively may have kept Everton up there, AGT.
Yeah. What's more important?
If you think about it.
Do you know what I mean?
Finishing 5th anyway, or Everton going down.
I don't know. Harvey Elliott knocking on the door as well. Very, very, very late on for Liverpool. As the time ticks on, can we see a bit of madness here? Final minute now. It's 1-1. Everton have saved a point, and they take it, as we know, to the final day of the season. But it's looking very bleak now for Liverpool unless they can find something.
I think there's
in the
some
next
trolling
minute.
going on in the chat as well.
Chat trolls.
Chat trolls. I don't think
They're
Jota's done
saying that
anything.
Jota scored, but no, he hasn't. Not yet, anyway. Not yet, my friend.
You're bad people in that chat, trying to get AGT to be celebrating like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't fall for that stuff. Not for me.
Come on!
Not for me. Not yet, anyway.
This is
this is horrible. This is horrible. This is horrible. And it looks like Aston Villa through a goal
See if I
kick
can-
will just look to keep possession. Not
Wow.
good.
Wow.
Not
Wow.
good.
Wow.
99 minutes,
winning-
20 seconds on the clock at Anfield.
Winning run could be coming to an end.
What would this have been? 8 wins in a row?
It would have been 8 wins in a row.
I'm not even speaking actually until the full time, so I'm not jinxing anything else. Can't be asked.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, after what happened last time.
I think that must be it. Free kick Liverpool, 45 yards out. Trent over the ball on the right hand side. Van Dijk's gone forward. Kanate, Alisson's got to go forward as well, surely. 30 yards outside from goal. That is the line, the high line that Villa are holding here. And this must be it. This is it. It all comes down to this. What can happen? Can we create something from this? And it looks like it's been squandered. It's a poor free kick from Trent. And it looks like that is full time at Anfield now. Martinez.
Lesson learnt, I think. Can't leave it to the last 10 games of the season every time.
100%, man. And I've remained that I don't think we'd get top 4. But you look at those draws that we had with you, and it's the end.
Yeah,
full
to go
time
to
now.
to go on that run is
100
incredible.
minutes and it's up 1-1.
At
Just
least
goes to
Bobby
show how far
Firmino
back
did
you
his
were.
doing, man.
To go
Shout out
on a run
Bobby.
like that and still not make it is kind of mad.
That shows you the level. But yeah, Bobby Firmino with the goal to salvage a draw for Liverpool right at the end.
Basically keeping it alive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Monday.
it's not
until
alive.
Thursday, because Man United must play Chelsea
It's
as
not
well.
alive. There you go.
Wow.
What a show that's been today, people. Many goals that have flown in here on the Saturday Football Show. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow with Manchester City versus Chelsea, 4 o'clock kickoff. We've got myself, Kennedy and Tom on that show there. Shout out to Matisse for popping by on the Saturday Football Show today. Great
Pleasure.
performance from yourself.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you. Good.
Massive shout out to Fuad as well. Giving that knowledge. And a massive return today for Matty Renton, looking to secure Champions League football. It looks like he's going to do it.
Good to be back, lads.
It's a great
10 minutes
performance
away
from
from
him
walking
as
around with
well.
that trophy.
I know, so close. But we only need 1 point now for the next 2 games. 1 point is all we
And
need.
you'll get
Do
that
it.
because you play us in one of them. So.
Draw against Leicester or draw against Chelsea.
Just before we go, remember to hit that like button, and if you want to see a bit more of me talking about Liverpool, go over to the COP TV very shortly for fan cams. But until then, take care, and we'll see you for the very, very last one of the season next week. Drama will happen, I'm sure of it. Thank you to Adidas once again for sending me the Bobby Firmino custom-made boot. He scored today, and we forget what the actual implications were. So yes, love you, Bobby.
At least he got his
Best
goal.
ever. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bosh.
Bosh.
Competition time again, and here is a chance to win a brand new PS5. All you got to do is subscribe to On Track GP on YouTube.
Also follow us on Instagram at OnTrackGP. Make sure you like the competition post. It's pinned on Instagram as well.
You can win yourself this right now. What are you waiting for?
Can I enter? Or can I have a go?
No.